I'm playing through every injury.
And then he just stares. He's like, how do you know about that?
What?
And he's like, you're not supposed to know about that.
How do you know about that?
Yeah.
How many years do I have to give you to beat Jake?
Me?
Yeah, I want to know.
2.
The head doctor came up and touched my leg like that for 2 seconds and looked up one other and went.
So, you know, you face against these guys every week in the SEC, and then you get to the league, and it's like
Same guy.
the same guys. You know, you're going up against the best guys.
Of what you've already been doing.
I came here to play, so like that's it. Like I'm not doing surgery. Like
No,
you're a liar.
They're available
You're
right now.
literally lying to me.
If someone said like, all right, we'll make the pain stop, but like we have to kill you right now, like I might have actually considered it.
Sees it, feels it, runs inside the 10, down to the 5.
Toward the Harvard sideline, he's across the 30 to the 40.
He's able to fend off the defender and bring in the game's first touchdown.
Yeah, so what is that podcast called?
It's called like Momentum.
All right, here we go. All right, we're back in the
We're
truck.
back.
The boys are back.
The boys.
Back in the truck.
Yep, got the holiday decorations. LD,
Merry Christmas.
how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you guys for having me. I feel
Dude, it's been
official
a
now.
while.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to see the boy.
Wow, you know,
Back in LA. How long has it been?
it's been a while.
I think since what, pro day?
Yeah, pro day.
But y'all had that wedding recently.
Well, that was Atlanta.
Yeah, that was Atlanta. That was this year though.
Yeah,
That was June, wasn't it?
dude.
Was it?
COVID time flies. Felt like
COVID,
last
huh?
year.
It seems like it was last year, but it was
Yeah.
this June. Yeah.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer: if the audio is very bad, it's because of the rain.
It's raining really
It's been
bad.
raining a lot in LA, and yeah, it's unfortunate. So what you been doing?
You know, just staying active, dealing with free agency.
Dude, it must be crazy with COVID though.
It is.
OJ and I were having that conversation yesterday. I think it's like the best time to be like a practice squad player, like
Right now.
like
Oh,
one of
definitely.
those dudes, right? Because Sherm was about to start
Definitely.
for the Redskins.
Definitely.
I think those Redskins.
And
play,
wasn't
like,
he on the Bengals?
Yeah, he was like on the
And
Bengals P
just like
squad or
that.
something, and
Yeah.
then like one day the next, like, all right, you might have to start for
Exactly.
I said Redskins football. team.
Exactly.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and then it's
that.
like,
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
yeah, and then it's easier because, you know, guys are sort of being recycled now. You know, if they're already on the team, teams know that they're ready.
Right.
They're working out with the team. You know, they're in shape, stuff like that. So it's just easier to, you know, sign a guy from another practice squad. So, you know, that comes with the territory and the battle of, you know, being a free agent.
And all you need, like in those situations, is one chance.
Yeah,
like,
that's all
to
you
blow
need.
up. You have like 1 or 2 good games when a guy goes down,
Yep.
and you know that you can secure your spot after that.
Yeah, that's all you need. You know, get your foot in the door and then, you know, do what you do.
Yeah.
Play football.
That's what Coach Mace used to say. what is it? Your resume is your tape.
Your tape is your
tape's
resume.
Holds true for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it does, you know. And even when he used to say, you know, you have to go in, take a grown man's job, you know, that's also
real.
true
That's
too.
different than college, bro.
Real different. Because, you know, this is, you know, somebody's livelihood, you know, they're feeding their family, you know. I'm just a, you know, single man coming in. But, you know, we're all here for the same
like a
goal.
22, 23-year-old guy, and it's just, there's like 35-year-old men, this is their lives with 3-4 kids.
Yeah, like guys,
Morgan.
you know, you used to watch their highlight tapes in high school, you know,
That must
stuff
be
like
wild.
that.
Did that happen to you? Like, so you got to the Panthers, right?
So I was with the Panthers. The DBs were sort of a younger group, but you know Christian McCaffrey. But the more recent one was when I was with the Seahawks. You know, having Jamal Adams there, I was like, man, this is a safety like I used to watch. And then even before that, with the Titans, I was with Kenny Vaccaro.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is, you know, a Texas legend. I used to watch his highlight tape before, you know, high school games and stuff like that. So I was like, sheesh. You know, and he followed me on Twitter too and everything. So I was like, ah, that's what's up.
Yeah, or even on the other side of the ball, like Russell Wilson, legend. Cam Newton, legend.
Legends.
Derrick Henry, like all, like those are squads.
Yeah,
Those are
but
all
it's
really
like,
good
you know, I want to pick these guys off in practice. That's what
true.
I was like.
That's
so I was
true.
like, you know, if I can pick off Russell, then, you know, I'll be fine.
Did you get one?
I didn't get one because the way they were, they didn't really allow us. You know, Russ was sort of off limits during OTAs, so, you know, you rarely saw him. But, you know, just watching him throw, you know, in practice was like, man.
Yeah.
And then even going up against Tom Brady when I was with the Titans, we had a joint practice.
Wow.
How
And
was
just
that?
watching him, his first throw was a post, and it was just like, man,
It was pretty.
I see greatness.
Really?
So, yeah. It's hard, you know, being a fan, you know, in those moments, but you know, you have to compete against those guys, you know, in practice. So.
Yeah. So you're telling me now, you're thinking about going back to Nashville and training and all that?
Yeah. So, just with the resources out there, going to school, still having guys out there. And then, just the NFLPA community that's out there, having resources with internships and jobs and things of that nature. So it's just a collective thing to be out there and have everything working towards you.
Are you still training though? Like,
Yeah, I'm still training every day. Training right now at this place called Stars.
I heard Stars. Yeah. Who did their pro day stuff? I think Amon did, right?
Yeah, I did. I was just working out with him, St. Brown. Yeah.
Where at?
This offseason, they were in Anaheim this offseason, but I think they're moving around now.
I heard they're good. Yeah.
Really good.
Is that where you did your pro day stuff?
No, I did my pro day at Mamba Sports Academy.
Okay, and
Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks.
Yeah. Shout out to Kobe. I actually met Kobe at Mamba.
Really?
Yeah, right before, everything happened.
Jeez.
How was that? Cool guy?
It was great, being from LA, you're a Lakers fan.
Legend. Yeah.
And you see Kobe. That was one of the reasons why. Huh?
He's just walking around
It's his facility.
It's his facility.
Mamba. Yeah.
Oh,
So bored.
Yeah. So, being able to sit down, and sort of take in, just the knowledge, of the Mamba mentality and then, his work ethic. And
were you able to speak to him?
Yeah, I took a picture with him and everything.
Oh, wow.
Total fan.
Got to be, bro.
I was a total fan. I was like, can you get this pic? And he was like, yeah, man. So,
I would be starstruck.
That's dope.
it was cool.
That's cool. Those are the two big ones, though. You hear Stars and Mamba for West Coast, right? And I'm thinking of what I want to do for next year.
I
know OJ's into Bomberitos.
I like
Bomberitos.
Bomberitos. What else you got?
There's big ones in Arizona.
Michael Jordan's
too.
there?
You just stayed in Nashville, but that's always a good move too. Like,
Yeah.
you have school left.
the Exos out here is,
I didn't know there's an Exos.
Exos
Yeah,
here,
there's
one in
two.
Arizona.
Mostly everyone goes to Arizona because
most of them go to Arizona, but there's another one that's not coming to mind. There's one they run out of UCLA, but there's another one on the other side in Orange County, and then there's another training facility, sort of near Seal Beach, if you're familiar with that area.
it's south.
Which is the one?
South.
Okay.
Which is the one in Newport? The one that athletes first tries to put most people on. What is that one?
But that's like a low key. That's like
Yeah.
them. That's like strictly for athletes first and like those type of guys.
Okay.
Oh,
what I
that's where Dio trained.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
OG from SC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you know OG.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So there's a lot of training facilities, but I think Stars and Mamba are like the two most well known. And then you have your sort of out of state like Bomarita in Florida.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Florida's big. I think Keyshawn went to Florida.
Key was at Bomberitos.
Trying to think. I don't know any.
Bomberitos are big on running backs. So if you're
Are
a
they
running
big on
back,
running
like,
back?
you should go there.
Yeah, because Frank's in there all the time.
His boy Frank or
Your boy Frank.
This man.
What happened in the fight, man?
What do you mean?
You
lost.
hit him up after?
He
He
lost.
won. He won the fight, bro.
He-
Don't worry. One of the refs. One of the
tough for,
refs.
like,
One of the
college
refs
football
scored.
players,
One of the
though,
refs
you know?
scored
Think so?
about 5 points down. There was 4 rounds. How you 5
No,
points
but
down
like-
after 4 rounds?
Just looking at it, he lost the fight.
I'll tell you this. He got pushed. So
he did get pushed.
he did get pushed out of the ring. That's got hurt. And
did get
2,
pushed.
I feel like he felt at some point someone was shouting at him from outside the ring, so he stopped fighting. And at that point, the
Yeah,
Darren
why'd he
guy like
stop?
hit him like right across the face. I'm
you
guessing
watch
he
it?
hurt something. Like, I don't know.
How are you mid-fight?
Bro,
Hey,
that's
The
what he
referee's
said.
shouting at you the whole time.
Oh, ref?
I'm thinking he heard something, so he stops, goes like
yeah.
that. Next thing, Darren Brown is.
He said he forgot to like throw punches in the press conference or something. Or like, yeah, he was like, I forgot the fight was still going on or something.
He was
Like,
getting cussed.
he
Yeah,
probably-
he was
I thought
definitely
he
pull
heard
it
cussed.
up or something, like a quote. There was something about that.
So is that a loss for like all football players then?
No.
You think so?
There's
for
an
now.
asterisk. 'Cause,
No.
I mean, Darren's so much bigger.
Yeah.
Because
But he's also a really
Bro,
big
how
basketball player.
tall is Frank realistically?
5'10".
Okay, 5'9", 5'10" roster height.
5'10".
Darren's 6'3", 6'4", like, bro.
Yeah, that is tough.
But that's like an unspoken thing where like football players are
Tougher
more
than basketball
physical,
players?
tougher than basketball players.
I feel like the average football player takes on the average basketball player.
On average, yeah, a football
You'll
player
be good.
beats a basketball.
Unless it's like a
Yeah.
slot receiver.
I
don't know, though. Like a short
and-
receiver versus like a tall center in the NBA, it'd have to be proportional to height, right?
Well, yeah, I think length. I mean, like, that's
Yeah, but
the
if you're
big
going
argument.
height-wise, if you took like...
Like Boogie Cousins or something.
Dude,
Yeah, but if you took
Dwight
like
Howard-
Mitchell
Yeah,
off
I'll
of,
take an athletic defensive end.
Take Trent Williams
outside
against
linebacker
anybody.
against a center.
Greg
In a fight?
Hardy's been losing though. Have you
No.
seen Greg Hardy? He's been getting knocked out. That's
Yeah.
different though.
Yeah, that is different.
That's different. Yeah,
That's when feet are involved and
Yeah, I mean that's just so much technique there. I mean there is in boxing too, but like martial arts, that's something like you grow up doing, since the age of like 6 or 7.
But boxing, seemingly, you could just take it up and do it.
Jake Paul.
Apparently.
Okay.
You think there'll ever be a market for college players to do that?
No.
Imagine your USC quarterback in the offseason just goes and goes, all right, NIL, I'm going to fight like the
Is it NIL or do you automatically become like an amateur?
a professional?
No,
Yeah.
I think they're starting to do partnerships with like WWE. I think you can do that now.
Ooh,
I could
saw
see
that.
that.
Oh,
I could
that'd be
see that.
interesting. Or you could just stream it. You could do like a YouTube or like an Instagram live.
Yeah.
That's what Logan's doing with KSI. Did you see that? He just announced it, like their third fight. I guess they've already fought twice, but they're not doing another round. They're just gonna do it on IG Live. They're just like,
I feel like they could make a lot more money than that. Unless
guess
Instagram
they
is
just
like,
wanna
here's
fight.
25 mil
I don't know, 25
or something.
Would you
Yeah.
get into that stuff?
Who, me fighting?
Yeah.
Nah, that's not
Nah?
for me. That's not for me.
So like, so like you play
But-
like a decade in the league. 10, 12 years from now, like you're a big name and like they
Someone
approach
offers you 5 mil.
I was about to say, if the money's
Someone
on the
offers you
table,
You said if the
Someone
money
offers
was
you
on the
money's
table,
on the table.
that's different.
That's what these fights are.
That's what they are.
These fights, these dudes are literally
free money.
walking in.
Yeah, and
You're
then you look like
guaranteed-
Frank Gore,
Yeah,
and
well,
you're getting beat up by a
yeah, but then
basketball
he goes
player.
back and opens the briefcase and is like, oh, well.
But you gotta
But
live
is
with
that
that.
that's the price for humiliation. Like Nate Robinson right now, does he go back and regret that decision?
No.
Probably not.
Oh, actually, no. Nate got done dirty. Nate got done
That's
dirty.
embarrassing.
At least if you lose
become
to
a
Jake
meme,
Paul now, like...
and memes are forever.
Yeah,
no
but
amount
it's
of
like,
money.
then all publicity is good publicity, right?
Not when you get knocked out by Jake Paul.
not in that
You get
case.
knocked out by a 22-year-old YouTuber?
Okay, how is that a saying when you say all, but then you say not in that case?
It's not all.
No,
so
no.
it's not all.
There's
So
several
it's-
publicity
What have you heard
things
from
that
Nate
are not
Robinson
not good.
since the knockout?
Wait, so Lewis,
Nothing, but I'm
I-
assuming he's just counting his cash.
if I told you right now, I'd give you like 1.5 million cash, but in 6 months' time, you're gonna be a meme and an embarrassment on the scale of Nate Robinson. So it's
Forever.
like the question is just how much money would you take to be an embarrassment, right?
Forever.
At my current bank account, or as my,
Yeah,
I guess still
you right
imagine
now.
the
You
scale.
right now.
dude, 1.5.
He's taking that.
1.5.
You'll take 1.5?
He's taking
No,
that.
no,
He's
no.
taking that.
I'm saying you get knocked out.
If I choose the cost,
He's taking that.
dude.
It's maximum embarrassment. Like everyone's laughing at you around the country.
Don't take the money. You could make 1.5 million.
Yeah, okay. I'll probably say no. That's such an extreme.
Your children are going to see it
You'd
one
be
day.
spending
That's
that
an
money on
extreme.
insurance.
Your kids are going to see
People,
it.
okay, look. When I think of Nate Robinson, I still think of him balling out in the league.
I don't.
So
I think you got knocked out by
I know
Jake
it
Paul.
happened, and I
Yeah,
know
but
the
kids these days, that's all they know.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like short basketball player knocked out by Jake Paul.
Yeah. Who can Nate Robinson talk to ever again? Don't talk to my wife like that. I'll knock you out. No, you won't. No, you
All
won't.
right, well,
I'll go get Jake again. Talk about yourself. Like, you can't say anything to anyone ever again.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
Ever.
And at that point, Jake wasn't what he is now. He was
wasn't.
just
He
a
was still
YouTuber
coming
at
up.
that. Like
Yeah.
right
Like,
now, if
now
you knocked
he-
him out like that, I'd be like, oh, okay, like that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Jake fought him now?
Oh, it'd be bad.
It'd be bad. Nate Robinson can't say anything ever again.
Jake's legit now. Jake's legit. Like,
Do you think the Tyron Woodley fight was
But I don't think
rigged or
these
no?
guys were actually training,
not at all.
Nate apparently was training? I think.
Was he?
Yeah.
Didn't look
Tyron
like
Woodley is a
Look-
former
didn't look
world
like it.
champion
Yeah,
in
no,
mixed
didn't look
martial art. He's like a
That's-
black belt.
Yeah.
Five-time champion.
Five-time, like
Five-time
world.
champion.
He's the best in the world at fighting in a particular way. Gets knocked out by a 24-year-old.
But that's boxing. I think boxing is
Who did no
different.
fighting 2 years ago.
And I agree.
I think boxing is
I
different.
agree.
So you're
Yeah,
telling
it's
me that a
restricted.
22-year-old who comes out of nowhere, doesn't do any boxing, nothing like that, makes
mean, he's-
Disney.
But what's coming out
he
of
used
nowhere?
to used to make Disney movies. Now starts fighting for 2 years.
It's a bad look.
Can knock a guy out
That
that's
is a bad look.
world champion in a mixed martial art. On the professional stage, he's made millions of dollars fighting a mixed martial art.
Yeah, when you put it that way. When you put it that way.
I want to see Jake Paul fight someone legit. Though.
Like a real boxer.
I want to see him fight Tommy Fury.
I know everyone wanted it.
UK
no.
versus
He's not
US.
gonna give him that
It would've been a good time.
opportunity.
That would never happen.
Apparently.
It won't now because he.
No, that-
he. I don't know what he did.
See, but I thought what he was doing with the antics, like wearing the Tommy Fury robe and the British flag
It was good.
mouthpiece,
It was very
I
good.
thought all that was to set up the next fight and to sell even more tickets, which would have been smart.
Right.
Which I don't know if that's what his plan is, but as of today, he's saying he doesn't
Yeah.
he ruined his opportunity. He doesn't want to fight him anymore.
Wait,
But he's
what do you mean
smart.
by ruined it? Just because
Well, he was
He
like,
pulled out.
you pulled out, like you were scared. and thus you lost your opportunity.
As in Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about Fury.
Yeah. Okay.
I was
Which is
upset. I
irrational
wanted to
if
see
it's
the fight.
about the money.
I think. Yeah. I mean.
Mostly because of his older brother, he was saying like he would disown him. Like that whole storyline's funny.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
The whole Fury family is like boxers. All of the Fury family.
And if he would have
They're
lost,
gypsy boxers.
There's
Literally.
literally gypsy boxers. There's another one in the family that's like heavyweight British champion. Tyson Fury is obviously the best boxer in the world.
Yeah.
Tyson's dad too. Their dad's a big
Tyson's
time.
dad's a
like
boxer.
a legendary British
Tommy's
boxer.
supposed to be a boxer, but he's only fought bums.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Scrubs.
set up like 10 bums.
Certified scrubs.
Yeah.
Certified.
So
They have,
now
like an aggregate
he
winning
can make a
record
name
of,
for himself by
1 in
fighting a YouTuber.
240.
Oh man.
But like, is Tyron Woodley a tougher opponent than Tommy Fury's
No.
previous opponents?
Oh,
Right? Would Woodley beat Tommy's previous opponents? That's a good question. We need like a boxing expert.
I don't
for
see
that.
Woodley beating anyone
Right?
at this point.
Yeah.
He just got knocked out.
Woodley?
And he lost one. He lost once on points, and then he got knocked out. He got knocked
Yeah,
out.
but if you see photos of the guys that
If you see
Fury
a photo
fought,
of Woodley on the floor like this,
yeah.
he got knocked out.
Yeah.
Bad. And Ben Askren got knocked. He was a champion as well at some point.
Ben
Yeah,
But
man.
you're
Askren,
saying at some point. I just don't.
Tyron Woodley's not that old.
he's 40, bro.
I
He's
mean,
4 years old.
Yeah.
Or maybe he is that old. What's he fighting?
there was a big
He's 40,
mismatch
right?
there.
He's
I
40
mean,
years
upper
old.
30s. I'm
looks good
calling
at 40.
38.
And he was washed like UFC wise. He hadn't won a fight in a long time.
Yeah, I was losing dummy fights in UFC.
I didn't think it was that
towards the
old.
end.
39.
There it
39.
is.
Oh my God. He's in his
yeah,
30s.
he's old.
Same thing.
He's in his 30s.
Dude, yeah, there's a huge difference. I mean, I think you get someone within his age group.
I think that's even more painful if someone that's 24 knocked you out and you're like 40 years old.
No,
That's bad.
Dude, he bought him
That's
a
like-
Rolex
that's like-
leading up
you
to the
know,
fight.
if
Yeah.
he came out at 24, it was his younger version, 24 years old, going. He would knock Paul out.
Would he?
What? do
He's had extra time to prepare. He's had 14 more years.
That's a good
Dude,
To prepare.
I mean, but is it though? Like he wasn't preparing in boxing.
Yeah.
So I mean, like
That's. I mean, he's
Paul's
still
put
preparing
in
mixed
2
martial arts.
years.
And martial arts.
it's
But I think
different.
the striking is a little bit different.
Than boxing.
Than
yeah.
boxing.
Yeah.
But
I
how did
agree.
Tommy Fury? How did what's it?
Jake Paul?
Jake Paul prepare? He did
Even-
Disney movies.
No.
He was been
he's been
training
actually
for.
training.
And
He's
then
been
he
actually
was
training.
training
He's been
rigorously.
only
Yeah.
2 years.
He did a camp.
But he has a
few
whole
camps.
team behind him.
And Woodley doesn't.
Woodley does too.
Not as
He's
far
not.
as
It's
the
not
boxing.
2
though.
years just build up.
Wait, so Woodley ended both of these fights without a boxing team?
No,
Hey,
but
maybe
it's
just
like,
had a mixed
he
martial arts
might have
team.
relied on his
Well,
mixed martial arts.
This is true.
do you guys
And might
think
have
he's
said,
juicing?
I don't need to,
Yeah.
train
Is that-
as far as
Rumors
boxing.
are he's juicing.
Who?
Jake.
Jake Paul?
Wow.
Yeah.
Dana
He is
White,
really
Dana
strong
White
around
said
it.
that,
Explain
called
it.
him out.
Explain it. You just.
Well, he just tweeted at him because I guess Paul's been chirping at Dana for being a coke addict.
Yeah.
And he's like, I will let you drug test me for coke for what? It was like the next 30 years or something? Or
Nah, he
it
said
was-
like
it
a
was-
few days or something.
No. He called like 10 years. You can look that up.
Really?
Pull that up. Next 10 years.
He's pretty
you can
confident
drug, No, I remember literally just reading this. You can drug test me for the
Yeah,
next
like
10
at
years for
random.
coke if I can test you for steroids for only 2 years.
I can see it. I mean, he sounded pretty
I can
confident.
see
You
it.
got me.
He's on something though, right?
Huh?
He's on something. Jake.
I mean,
I don't know if
You
it's
don't wanna discredit the
anabolic
man.
steroids, but
I would love to
Is he?
discredit the man. I would.
Why?
I would.
You know,
okay, ready?
Why?
Here's the quote. This
keeps looking up black
this
people.
guy keeps saying that I'm a cokehead. He randomly cocaine tests me for 10 years if I can randomly steroid test him for the next 2.
100% accuracy, baby.
That's a good deal.
I'm down.
That's pretty. That's pretty good recall.
Yeah.
So you
he's
think
he's on something? Like
And he knows.
SARMs,
you think that
SARMs?
Jake is legit knocking people
Hard.
out?
He's on SARMs.
SARMs. 100% on SARMs. I would back that. I would.
Huh?
I'm taking money line.
Everything in a betting context.
You don't think the Woodley fight was just
would be
rigged?
like minus 10,000.
No. And the
Wait,
whole
wait, so-
world, thinks he's an angel and a saint. I'm gonna go plus 100.
not plus 100.
Plus
You,
100
you don't
odds.
think you don't think any of the fights are rigged? Because a lot of people thought like
I can
that's-
see the
a
truth.
lot of
behind
people
that.
thought Woodley's just going down.
Yeah.
Even with this fight, there's loads of people
It was
saying
weird how he
like
brought his
Jake was
right
like
hand down.
going like this with his hand, and Woodley goes from here to just here randomly and just gets knocked out. Completely.
Oh, we got a conspiracy
Okay.
theorist here.
There's loads of people that think like
Those are
this whole
TikTok
thing's
guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all on that. Again, I discredit
You think
the man.
Wait, so
You're just not a Paul
who would he
fan.
have to beat for you to be
It's not
like,
that.
okay, he's legit? Like, if I gave you this opponent, person X, and you're like, all right, you beat him.
Same age, plus or minus 1 year. 2 to 3 years of rigorous training.
Anyone with a winning boxing record that is still boxing,
Yeah, I mean,
and it's just a contender
That
and
is-
something.
How many years
But I mean,
do I
I
have to
get it.
give
He's
you
trying to.
beat?
Would you like to see him fight
How many
McGregor?
years do I have to give you to beat Jake?
Me?
Yeah, I want to know.
2.
You think you beat
take
Jake?
you 2 years to
Actually,
beat Jake
1.5.
Paul?
That's different
You need
though,
a
because you'll be
whole
training for 2 years,
18
but you
months
haven't
to
been in
beat
an actual
Jake Paul?
fight.
No, but
You weigh
So,
like
you know, you need the fighting
270 pounds.
experience.
I said, yeah, I would have to do one.
you
I
weigh
would have
like
to do one
260,
bout.
bro.
You would get
Yeah,
gassed,
I'm
bro.
saying 1.5. Dude, he's like 225.
gassed.
He's not 225.
Wait.
He is not 225.
Wait, need that.
He's not 225.
And first off, I'm like, yeah, I'm dropping. I'm like I would come to weigh-ins.
You need
240.
18. Why?
Ripped.
Stay way bigger.
No. I just
Stay way bigger. Come into weigh-ins at like 280.
No.
LD, how many years?
191.
Oh God.
I'd say
6'1", 190,
I need at
you
least
can take
4
you, bro.
fights.
You outweigh him by like 80 pounds.
Maybe
And you-
3.5, 4 years, maybe.
Or
You think 4 years?
4.
dude.
Wow, you're giving him a lot of credit.
Yeah.
He's not an
He's been
athlete.
fighting.
How long's he been fighting?
He has a
you're a pro
team.
football
Where's my
player.
team coming from?
I think you plateaued
Say, like,
though.
hypothetically, you just got like a
you
team,
have
you
to.
know what I'm saying?
You
I give
know,
you like
if I
6
got-
months,
You
you're
know, if I
fighting
got
Jacob.
Floyd, you know, I'm a team. Let's see. I'm going with the best.
6 months.
If you could have any team you want,
Yeah, I'd
6
probably go
months.
6
Any team.
months.
6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
You
I'm
give
going
me
6.
Floyd 3 months.
He said you give me Floyd.
Give me
Jake Paul,
Floyd.
Floyd,
Give me
3 months.
Floyd. I can sign the contract 3 months out. I would jump in.
But I don't know. It's a lot to take into account, though. You know, breathing, and then you've never been into a fight.
No, I boxed when I was younger, but I know it's nowhere near. But I'm saying,
He said, I boxed when I was younger.
give,
Shout out
me
boxing in the mirror.
give me the money team.
if you got the
Okay.
choice, you fight in
You go
Jake
throw them
or
first
or
5
Logan.
punches, and you'll be out
I
of
know. Hey,
You think Jake? Who do you think's a better fighter out of him and his brother? Jake or
don't
Logan?
take first round knockout.
Who would you rather fight, Jake or Logan? Logan way bigger.
Logan. Whoever's the bigger one.
You'd rather fight the bigger guy.
Yeah,
So the harder opponent.
yeah. But then I would timeline shifts.
How long would it take you to beat Logan Paul?
What's background?
He's like 220.
220. That's
He's
what I
legit, he's a
thought.
legit 220.
That's what you want? That's
Yeah.
He's taller,
that's-
too.
He's
He's a
way
6'4",
bigger.
right?
Eh,
I don't know if you
6'3",
say, yeah,
6'4".
he's big.
I would say 3 years.
How many?
That seems fair.
3.
You went from
3
3
years.
months
You
to
need
3 years?
3
I will-
years.
I went
to
from
beat-
You just said 3 months.
6'1", 190 to
6'2", 190.
I think Jake's better.
He's bigger than that.
give me the bigger one. Whatever. They're clones.
I don't know, man.
I love it.
Don't hunt me down for that, but it's on record. Sign it.
Wait, so
How long
no.
do you think it would take to beat
How much time would it take you?
Tyron Woodley in a fight?
Beat Jake.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, on.
He's not like a. He did wrestle, but I just feel like
I thought it was
I
Logan.
probably have a bias because like we're like I feel like real athletes. Like growing up, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like footwork, like training. We've been doing this our whole lives. Say a year. I'd say a year.
Look, Pops. He's saying, I don't know about that.
I mean, I've been lifting and training and running my entire life.
Okay.
What has this guy been doing
The same.
for 2 years?
Disney Channel.
The same.
The same thing.
The same.
We'd have to bulk for sure. And if I can get on whatever he's taking, easy dub. Like
keep your hands up,
PED
man.
wise, just give me what he's got, what he has.
As long as you keep your hands up, man.
let me get on that Sarni, man. Let me get on that Sarni.
Get on that YK11.
Sorry. Isn't that what all the Clemson players are on that? Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that whole thing came
Yeah,
out? Like all
yeah.
the Clemson D-line?
Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
just.
surprised more guys haven't gotten caught.
They have, but the drug they were banned for unknown reasons.
And
Because
JUCO.
they didn't know how to accurately test for it.
Mm-hmm.
So like people would fail, like you would technically pass, but upon like further review, they would fail them for they couldn't pin it to steroids.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's what Taylor Lewan got busted for as well.
little SARM action.
Dude, so in junior college, there's no testing at all. It's just the Wild West. So
Mm-hmm.
dudes are taking all sorts of crazy
Whatever.
stuff. Yeah, deer antler spray is a popular one.
I didn't hear that until I got to the South. And I was like, what?
Really?
There, Antler?
In Tennessee.
You come back from an ACL in like 3 months or whatever.
Literally, bro.
What's the science? Anyone know?
I don't know. We could look it up.
I don't know how a spray.
Yeah, because that's what.
You drink
yeah.
it.
No, you spray it under your tongue.
You drink
like
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't spray on
Right?
the wound.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah,
mean you're
that's
injecting
what I was
you're
thinking.
injecting it.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, I
you're
was
injecting
like, you just spray the biceps real quick.
Yeah, that's the Ray
It's like
Lewis
they're
stuff.
on, like,
Like Ray
extra
Lewis made that stuff popular.
Really?
He got busted for it because he
Yeah,
had a
I
bunch
know.
of injuries like late in his career, and he got busted for it. And then
Like beer Antler.
I didn't hear about it
Oh,
until the punter in my junior college in Kansas. He got jacked.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, you're a punter. He's like, yeah, man, I take this stuff. I'm like, bro, aren't you scared of getting tested? And he's like, dude, it's JUCO.
Yeah.
Any side effects?
Probably several.
From deer.
Well,
listening.
okay, yeah. I guess what's the main drawback?
There's a lot of like legal stuff that you can do. The clear muscle. The HMB is legal.
Yeah, I know it is legal.
Saying dudes
What
take
you
that. That stuff.
Beer
That
Antler,
stuff gets you big.
it contains something called
Scared to talk
IGF-1,
about
which is
HIV?
like an insulin
No.
growth.
I want to know anyone comments if anyone else is on Clear Muscle and actually knows about it.
Dude, yeah. Well, can you talk about your experience? Because you gain a
I
lot
just
of
want
weight.
to talk about the deer antler spray.
Who's this?
We're just talking about a supplement.
Lou?
That
Nah, I mean,
I've seen Lou gain ridiculous amounts of weight in short amounts of time. So don't
yeah, dude.
listen to this man.
listen
I
to
saw
me or
this
him?
man go away before a weekend away at 250 pounds and come back at, or 248 and come back at 268. And I was like, that's insane.
You're a freak.
And then the
Puts
next
on
morning,
20, and
go
then the
back
next
to-
morning
yeah.
he's back down to like 255. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna fast for the rest of the week. You know, like,
Yeah.
get back down to like 248, and then I'll just go do it.
48-hour fast.
It's insane.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
That's
then,
not healthy, bro.
now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I just discredit all of Clear Muscle altogether because
It's
it
just
probably
you.
would have just happened in 1 week anyways. So
That is what you told me. Like when you first got on it, you're like, yeah, I gained 10 pounds in a week or something.
yeah.
It may have just been from
It was
burritos.
just from like
burritos.
18 burritos
Yeah.
from.
I've seen him eat.
Angel's
I've seen
Tijuana.
him eat like a 3-pound burrito. For sure.
You get those big ones from OC, huh?
Yeah. The OC burritos.
Oh,
Juice
yeah, I
Carolina.
heard
It
of
weighs legit, like
Uh-huh.
maybe a legit 2 pounds. You put it on a weighing scale, it's like a small child.
Literally. Probably double the size of my forearm
Horrible.
in terms of just mass.
It's horrible.
Same length.
I don't know how he does it.
Thank you for the description. Thank you. Painted a very, very big
Very
picture.
vivid description. Man.
Thank you. What's this burrito you get from there?
Just classic little breakfast burrito. Double, two meat combo.
Is it better than Angels?
Nothing is better than Angels.
Have you been to Angels?
I
Do you know what we're
have
talking about? Oh, it's the best
Dude.
taco spot in LA. Angels Tijuana Tacos.
Yeah.
I
It's,
mean, usually I just go to food trucks.
It's a food
oh,
truck.
yeah, it is.
Well,
Is
it's
it?
not a
It's a
truck.
10.
It is
like,
kind of,
it's a 10.
yeah, it's a 10.
Same idea. It's like street tacos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is it located?
hand pressed.
Where?
It's on. Is it on
It's off
Sunset?
Sunset.
It's off Sunset. It's
right
near the Dodger
outside-
Stadium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right by Dodger Stadium.
Dodgers.
In between Dodger Stadium and downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right by here. Yeah.
I'll probably
honestly-
seen it.
It's really good.
Okay.
Pull up, bro.
You live close by too, so.
Yeah, yeah. I actually went to high school right underneath Dodger Stadium.
No,
Well, how-
where'd you go?
Yeah, the park.
Cathedral.
Okay. Is that in Trinity League?
No, they were in the Trinity League. Why everybody want to talk about the
Yeah,
Trinity
literally.
League, you know?
I was like, how is anything in California
yeah,
Trinity
Trinity
League?
League. Those
are the only relevant teams. Those are the
Hold
only
on,
relevant teams.
hold on.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
I wouldn't say that though, because you know
From
you
an
have,
outsider, I'm not from here.
I mean, you know, you have schools like Sarah. Sarah's not in the Trinity League.
That's right. Okay. But
know?
that's one team.
You have Long Beach Poly not in the Trinity League.
Yep.
Okay.
So you know,
But when was
De
the
La
last time
Salle.
Poly won a state championship? They haven't won in a while.
Who's in the Trinity League?
Might have to fact check that.
yeah.
I
You
don't know.
might have,
I
you
don't
might
know.
have to. No, I think Sarah ended up beating Long Beach Poly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sarah won a state championship this year.
Really?
Yeah,
This year?
yeah.
Wow.
Damn, so that was a sore spot, huh?
Good old Sarah.
Is that like upsetting if you're not like everyone talks about Trinity and you're not in it?
No, it's just funny. I love it that anyone else.
Well, I mean,
I'd
when
be
you think of the
frustrated, too.
Trinity League, though, you only really think of what, modern day, maybe.
No, Modern Day, Bosco, Servite.
Bosco wasn't
who
good.
else?
Those are the only teams I know.
Nobody
Those are the
talked
teams that
about
are good.
Bosco until what was it? Our senior year
Yeah.
in
But
high
they
school.
got good
Yeah.
recently, right?
I mean, they weren't even on the
That was
map.
what,
I've heard.
2014.
They
It was
weren't on the map.
2013 and 2014. That's when they just got good.
They're
Yeah.
paying players.
No, literally. I heard
They had a lot of transfers. A lot of my guys that I grew up with playing with, Shea Fields, Jalil Wadu, Josh Rosen. That's when they first went there.
Yeah, but I'm
When they
saying
had
why did
Wadu-
they go there though? I'm saying
Oh yeah,
That's
it was
suspicious.
it was something behind that.
like that stuff doesn't happen out of nowhere.
Bro, I heard that they paid a guy from Spain to come out and
I don't
play.
know about that
Housed
one.
him, bro.
Like a
I
soccer.
don't know about that. I don't know
Fact
about
check
that.
that.
one. I can neither confirm nor deny.
I'm just saying.
For American
surprised.
football?
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Absurd.
I don't play in
Where did
American
he
football in
play?
Spain.
Linebacker. And that's
random
the only
Spanish
details I know. That's it.
That's
And
it.
it was 7-8 years ago, right? 2015.
They probably got a new coach around that time. They just started paying dudes. Huh?
Yeah, but guys recruit in high school, especially out here. We had
Recruit,
guys
yeah.
from Detroit come to our school, and we just went to Little Old Cathedral.
Really?
Yeah,
like
we
moved
had
from Detroit.
Moved from Detroit to LA.
To go to high
What
school.
do they do for housing? Just sleep with, like at a coach's house?
I mean, usually, they'll either sleep with coaches, or they'll have family members out here, things like that. So
yeah.
a lot of people make the move.
That's insane.
You got dudes like Adoree Jackson, who came from Chicago, who went to Sarah.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that he.
He's
Yeah.
from Chicago. Yeah. I guess it's a
I had no
good
idea.
move recruiting wise.
Yeah.
Right?
Or it might not be Chicago, but he's from, Illinois.
I was talking to one of our receivers, Kyron. He lives like an hour and a half, 2 hours from Mater Dei. Drove 2 hours every morning. I'm like, dude, what time did you wake up? He's like,
Yeah.
4:30.
Yeah.
4 years of doing that. I'm like, bro, isn't there
Jeez.
like local schools that are like good at football? They're like,
But-
that's how good Mater Dei is. That it's like guaranteed you're gonna go.
I think
to
it's
it.
more so the private schools now because, you have guys from my area in Inglewood going to places like Alamany or,
Yeah.
going to like Harvard Westlake
Yeah.
and then going, to Mater Dei. So I think guys are just teaming up, going to the best school and trying to win.
Yeah.
So I think that might be the case.
That's interesting. The
But I mean,
dynamic.
you're starting to hear guys go to, public schools now. I know Inglewood, they just got a lot of flack for beating the team 106 to like 0.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Beat the brakes off him.
beat the brakes off of some team.
106,
It was
literally.
106
Yeah.
Jesus.
to 0, literally. But that's a public school.
Hey,
So just imagine losing 106
I
to
don't-
0.
yeah,
Spain
what do
without
you
us.
say? That's bad.
You don't say. You deleted off the books. It never happened.
What's that?
It says Inglewood school officials apologize for 106 to 0.
Yeah.
Well beat them.
Yeah.
Where did Corey go? Corey and GB. They went to a good public high school out here. You guys know? I'm blanking
It's
out.
only a handful.
But it's
of-
weird how.
public
Yeah,
schools.
why
Yeah.
is that? Because in Florida, it's Centennial.
Centennial.
Okay.
That's like the
they're
best.
consistently good,
Yeah, and that's public school.
But they're all the way in Corona.
Corona.
Mm.
Yeah. It's deep.
That's rare in LA. But then you go out to Miami and Florida, there's tons of really good public football
Well,
teams, public high
because
school
you have
football teams.
guys that are going to school in their neighborhoods.
That's right.
So I think that's
They
another
recruit
case
as well. I don't know. It's weird.
too. Yeah, because I mean, if guys were going to school in their neighborhoods, then neighborhood high
Yeah,
schools
the
would
local
definitely be
teams
good.
would be. Is there
Yeah.
no rule in California that you have to play?
I mean,
Or there is,
not
they just
that I
get
know.
around
Of.
There.
Like
There
There
probably are
was.
some zoning rules, maybe.
Well, when we were playing, it was very strict. Like
Yeah.
you had to show proof. You had
Of
to
an
show
address.
like the address
Uh-huh.
and like the pay stub that shows that you moved out here for a job and not because you were trying to trade schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got rid of one of them. So like, I think towards my senior year, like we were getting. I mean, I had a whole new. I had a
Like
whole
you said, you had a whole new team.
whole new team.
Your senior year, like people
Yeah, but
transferred
like
in?
for basketball, it hit.
basketball.
Yeah, for I mean, like
Your school's a basketball school.
yeah. I mean, in Orange County, we're
Yeah,
ranked
dude.
generally. It'll always be like Mater Dei. At least when I was playing, it was Mater Dei, and then like it'd be us or
Say the school, just so people know.
oh Ville Park. Yeah, no one knows that. No one knows Ville Park.
Well, we're talking about it, so it's like,
No, I know. I
Yeah,
know.
shut your school up. Have some pride.
Left it anonymous because
no.
Proud, proud alumni.
Yeah, power alumni. Right?
Yeah.
Ville Park
Hey,
legend.
trust me, I still go back and hoop with them.
Do you?
Yeah.
I still haven't been back to my high school. I probably need to go back.
Really?
Yeah, show
by.
my face a little bit.
So
support
growing
the
up
guys.
here, like, what was your team? Was it SC or was it an out of?
Vanderbilt.
Never. I actually didn't know anything about Vanderbilt until Mason got the head coaching job there.
You're like, what is Vanderbilt?
Yeah, I was like, what is Vanderbilt? I didn't know it was an SEC either.
A lot of people don't know that.
a lot of people
Which
don't.
is low-key disrespectful.
Well, yeah. We should win.
I hear that so
Yeah,
much,
you
and
know.
like a little part of me kind of hurts. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah.
It does, because, you know, you tell guys, you know, I went to Vanderbilt, and then it was like, you know, what conference are you in? It's like,
SEC.
playing the SEC.
Yeah, they're
What
like,
do you
oh,
mean?
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm like, really? Because, I mean, like, when you were there and when we were there, like, we beat tons of conference opponents.
Exactly.
They're not really doing that nowadays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But watch, when you get to the league, right, you'll have to defend your school too.
Yeah.
Or, you know, SC you'll be fine, but, you know, if you
Yeah.
say you went to Vanderbilt, it'd be like, you know,
Oh, people say stuff?
oh yeah, all the time. Like, we're not a real SEC school, or, you know, why are you guys in the SEC? You know, y'all the worst team in the SEC.
Like all the Bama kids.
Like, no.
We basically have the
Ole
same
Miss
wins
guys.
as South Carolina.
And the
Miss?
Tennessee
We
guys.
beat
Those
them.
guys,
We
those
beat
guys
them.
have the nerve to say that we
Wow.
suck. And I'm like,
Wow.
I don't think I lost to Ole Miss maybe once or twice
Right.
while I was at Vandy. And I lost to UT once.
Yeah, you beat them the
Yeah.
last 3 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
UT can't say anything. I mean,
nothing.
traditionally, obviously, like,
Yeah.
they have the national championships in that pedigree.
But they still live on tradition.
Like
Yeah, but
Florida
there's a lot of
State.
teams doing that, huh?
Florida State.
Nebraska, Florida State. I mean, no, Florida State recently won a natty with Jameis.
Yeah, but since then.
That felt like forever ago.
I feel like ages ago
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
in the FBS.
Was that 10 years ago?
No, 2014.
Damn, so that's
later than
pain. So Derrick Henry or like all those dudes in from like SEC teams are like
So, funniest thing,
13.
who was I with? I was training, and there were a bunch of Alabama guys that I was training with, and they brought up the Nephi deal.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude. Is that Alabama your next?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. After we beat Kansas State, and you know Nephi's, you know, pumped up on adrenaline, is like, you know, Alabama, you're next, and you know the way he says it and everything.
Yeah.
So you know, he says that Nick Saban literally plays that on the speaker during practice, and,
No.
they have pictures of Nephi in the bathroom and everywhere on the boards and everywhere in the facility.
Wow.
So they
And they won that
came
game
out
like
on a
62
mission.
to nothing or something.
Nah, I think they scored 50 points, but they could have scored
50?
60. They took a knee at like the 10-yard line going in.
Oh my
And
god.
it was bad.
Wow.
It was bad.
That was like Tua's first time really playing too, and he had that crazy spin.
Yep,
I forgot who he spun off of, and he launched the ball.
yep. And they scored that play.
Yep.
I think I played like 100 snaps that game. It was
All
That must have been tiring.
it was pretty rough.
Who was on that team?
Yeah, who were you covering?
Devontae Smith wouldn't have been there.
No,
He's too young.
Devontae wasn't there. I'm trying to think of like the receivers that were there.
Maybe Waddle?
Jerry Judy.
Judy was there.
Who else? Who played with
Was
Judy?
Jalen Waddle there at the time?
Who am I
Nah, he
thinking
might have
of?
been.
Waddle was 20.
Calvin Ridley.
Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
He was a
Is he a
dog.
guy?
Calvin Ridley. Was
trying to think of who
everything
the running
everything
back
you
is.
see, that's who Calvin Ridley was.
Damian Harris would have gone for like 100 yards on the ground, I'm guessing.
Well, he didn't play the whole game, so you got to think about it. They were
Played
like
like the
fifth
first
string
quarter.
running backs in the
Yeah.
game. They had receivers playing running back.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah. Najee got in for like the second quarter, and then he just stopped. And it was a young Najee
A
Harris.
young Najee.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
freshman.
Probably like
It was-
freshman Najee.
Yes. Yep. That was a long game.
What did Nephi ever like say anything about that?
I don't think it's just something you don't talk
Is it-
about.
I feel bad. It's like his
It's
legacy.
just something you don't talk
I
about.
feel bad. He was like one of the best recruited players ever for Vanderbilt, right?
He was the highest recruited at the time
Yeah,
to ever go to
right?
Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
Ever go there.
like Under Armour All-American, the
Yep.
whole thing, which
He's-
doesn't happen.
I mean,
often.
he's a big
Yeah.
boy.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
big
No,
guy.
he's a
Huge.
big,
Yeah.
big
Was he
guy.
like 6'8"?
Big guy.
Oh,
Okay.
he's not 6'5".
He's like a
He's
defensive
big.
there.
He's
He looks
6'5".
Yeah, he's about 6'5".
He's at least
about
300
6'5".
pounds.
over the house.
Easily
Yeah,
300.
yeah.
He's at least 300 pounds. He
Easily
looks huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can
Athletic.
move.
When you're
Very
that
athletic.
big,
He can move.
you look like
Yeah.
you're 6'8" when you're that large.
Yeah.
It just sucks when like that's the only thing people like general public know you by.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And like even Vanderbilt like at large, I say that like I played at Vandy. They're like oh like
Oh, Bama, your name.
yeah, Bama, you're next. I'm like damn. Again, pain.
Yeah, that's the one thing that they recall.
Everyone remembers
is
that.
Vandy next.
It's just a viral clip now. That's just
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram, everywhere.
Well, now it's Sarah Fuller.
Which
Yeah.
is even
What?
Yeah, which is even crazier.
Yeah.
Are you want to play Vanderbilt? Are you got a goal kicker? It's not even that anymore, huh? Actually, did anyone say that to you in the league?
What?
Sarah Fuller.
You're like, I'll play Vanderbilt. You're like, oh, you got a goal kicker? That's cool, man.
Actually, no one brought that up to
Really?
me, at least. No,
Well, people brought that up to me.
really.
Oh yeah.
You hear it a lot.
Look, I don't claim
Outside.
that. I don't claim that year.
Yeah,
that
you,
team.
yeah, you weren't there.
I
Yeah.
wasn't there.
But still, it's your school.
Look,
like,
yeah.
it's your yeah.
Yeah, trust me. Wherever you go, you'll have to defend Vanderbilt, especially in like a football world.
You have to. Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even say I'm just like the super alumni, but it's like, you went to school there, my guys still
you
go there.
graduated from there. Yeah. I mean, I have tons of pride.
Anchor down.
Yeah. Anchor down.
Anchor down.
Who was the best receiver you guarded though?
The best
That year?
receiver I've
Just
guarded.
like, yeah, you can say like maybe college and the league. Because like Calvin Ridley's a pretty good nomination. Because I think we were having this discussion
best
earlier
route
as
runner in
well.
the league.
At least a top 5 route runner in the NFL right now.
I think Calvin Ridley might be the best out of all the Alabama receivers.
Really?
What, in the last like
saying a
5 years?
lot.
Julio?
All time.
You're forgetting
Ever?
Julio?
I am forgetting Julio, but I still think route runner
Just
altogether, straight
Calvin Ridley
routes
is, I think, the best route runner in the whole
is
league.
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Wow.
I always say Jerry Judy as well.
I think he's
Calvin
a close
Ridley
second.
is
Yeah,
close.
really? You
Yeah,
do
I
1 and
would-
2?
I would do 1
That's
and 2.
crazy
I would do 1 and 2.
Guys. How stupid is that?
I would, and you would think, knowing Bama being a running team, they're known for a lot of good receivers, especially
That's
recently.
Yeah. Since
Recently.
Julio. Really? Like that
Well,
was the one that kicked
they
it
just
off.
don't have QBs. Well, no, they do recently
And
have QBs.
now they do.
Now they have
Now they
QBs.
do.
Which is why they're
QB.
unstoppable now.
Yeah,
They still don't
Because
have
it used
kickers,
to
though.
always be like
They
great
used to be,
team,
they can't kick.
decent quarterback.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, they used to be like a heavy running team because you used to watch those Alabama LSU
Richardson.
games.
Yeah,
and
bro,
it used
was
to be
14 to 7.
like 14-7 or like
Now they're
6-3.
Joe Burrow versus Tua.
Exactly,
Like
throwing
legends
400
back-
yards.
Yeah.
That was a big game.
It's also like
That
how
was-
the game's changed
that was a big
overall
game.
It is.
too.
Yeah.
It is.
Like they've gone with the times in a
It
sense.
is.
Throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Well, tell that to Vanderbilt. Throw the ball more.
Jeez.
Open up that offense.
They need, yeah. They need a
something.
lot.
Did they throw
Yeah,
the
I think
ball a
we
lot
need
this
a
year? I don't even know if they
They
did.
need a lot of things.
I think we need a lot of things.
But I don't know. Looking back at the receivers that we played, you had
AJ Brown,
AJ.
Yeah.
DK,
And you had
DK.
but DK really didn't
which
play.
Jawan low-key, like he had a good game.
Now Jawan
Jawan had a good
yeah,
game.
Jawan had a
Great
great game.
Great.
Yeah.
He had a great game. Going through UT didn't have any receivers.
Jawan Jennings.
Shout out UT for being
Jennings,
trash.
he
Well,
wasn't like
Tennessee
that.
Tech.
No.
Knoxville Tech.
Nashville Tech.
Knoxville, isn't it?
Yeah, not sure.
Who else? Ole Miss. They had DeMarcus Lodge at the time. A lot of people forget about him. He was a part of that trio with AJ Brown.
They always have good
and,
receivers.
Was Henry
DK.
Hunter still at Arkansas when you played him or no?
Oh, the tight
Big
end.
tight end?
Not the year I played him, but maybe when you were there.
Who?
Henry Hunter?
What's it?
The tight
Is that
end?
his name? Henry Hunter?
I think they're tight end.
Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry, my bad.
Hunter Henry.
Henry.
No, he
Other way
was
around.
not.
Yeah, I knew something was off.
It didn't sound right.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't there at Arkansas when we played them.
Who else did you guys play?
Who else did we play? Florida. They didn't really have any well-known.
Van,
Nah,
Van
nothing.
Van
Jefferson.
Jefferson?
Van Jefferson.
He starts for the Rams.
Yeah,
But
he's more of a.
He's not Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not to
okay.
discredit,
Yeah. I mean, it's still dudes.
Who's
Yeah.
at Georgia?
Do you think that that helped prepare you though? Like once you got to the league and you're guarding these dudes in practice and all that. Like,
Oh, definitely. Especially, I forget Ole Miss had Evan Ingram too.
that's right.
Yeah.
So
Physical
they had a lot
freak.
of
That- yeah,
a
that
lot of
dude's a
weapons. A lot of weapons. So you face against these guys every week in the SEC, and then you get to the league, and it's like
Same guys.
the same guys. You're going up against the
Just
best
an extension
guys.
of what
so,
you've already been doing.
yeah. So I think that's sort of a leg up, especially going into practice, because that's where you first earn getting those reps. So it's different. Me going into practice against these guys, I've played against these guys every week, but another guy coming from like an FCS school or like a Division II school, and like every game, every practice is like a game. Like I'm never going up against.
There's
these
a
guys
learning
before.
curve.
Yeah, so I think that is one of the learning curves, but it helps being from SEC, facing against athletic guys and guys that are first rounders or those athletic freaks
Yeah.
that you sort of play against. So I think that is one advantage.
I'm curious too though, because like Vandy doesn't get a lot of West Coast guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you, Nephi.
We were the first wave of West Coast guys.
Really?
The first
well, because
wave.
Mason's
West Coast guy.
Yeah, he
Uh-huh.
played or coached out here rather.
Yeah, well, he
Yeah.
was the Stanford coach at the time, and
Yeah.
a lot of guys were Stanford guys.
That was our senior year.
Yeah, our senior year.
Oh, he recruited you while he was
he
at
recruited me
Stanford?
at Stanford,
Okay.
and then he got the Vanderbilt job.
Yeah.
But it was me, it was Nephi, it was Charles.
Yeah, Chuck.
So we had a lot of guys. We had a punter, Sam Loy, who was from California.
Yeah. Owusu after
Owusu after the year after. So we had a good group of guys, California guys, going to the South for the first time.
What went into that decision? Was it just like playing for Coach Mace and like the academics and all that?
Yeah, it was a lot of those reasons, you know.
City of Nashville.
What everybody says.
City. The
I knew
degree.
nothing about Nashville. Nashville had nothing to do with my decision
Bro,
at all.
Like on your OV, you were like, "Oh, this is a cool city."
We
what
didn't
I
really
said.
get to see the city because
Why?
like I went. When did I go? In January. So, you know, none of the
Cold.
students were there. It was cold.
That's a bad time. Yeah.
So, you know, it wasn't
always a
really the
bad
best time to really go see the
18.
city. And then Mason just got there, so he knew nothing about the city either.
That's right.
So, like, we
True.
were all, you know, getting introduced to the city. Where did we go to? We went to, like, Rodizio's.
Okay.
And then we might have
Right by
went
the
to... I don't think we went out anywhere. We just went to Rodizio's and then maybe Top Golf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's a
Fine
staple
Nissan Stadium.
for the official
Yeah.
visit.
Yeah.
But that was it. So,
But
you
there's
know...
Topgolf everywhere, so it's like whatever.
Yeah. I mean, besides out here, you know, we don't have our Top
Yeah, I was
Golf
about to
yet.
say,
That's
You know,
right.
It's
That's
long
weird.
overdue.
That was new.
It's long overdue.
Oh yeah, they're building it. They're building it in El Segundo.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. Shout out to El Segundo,
Like
then.
some
Yeah.
zoning legislation or something.
Well, it was an
They don't want
executive
nets.
golf course, and then they just finally. The city was just
But
asking.
I thought the
for-
city didn't want like the high nets or something.
No, they were mad because the original agreement before they found out like how popular Topgolf was,
Mhm.
they didn't ask for enough money
Oh, okay.
to
Okay.
allow them to build up to the second level.
Okay.
And then so when they came back for final approvals, city was like, "We're gonna actually need a bigger
More
piece
money.
of pie."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I mean, now actually being a part of real estate construction, it's like it's really hard to pencil that stuff in.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially just with how costs fluctuate and everything. So people stepped away from it for a handful of years.
Really?
And then a new developer came in and was like, we can make that work.
Well, a lot of things are happening in El Segundo then,
Yeah.
because I think the Clippers, their
Yeah.
operations is,
Try to build an arena, right?
and then I think the Chargers
They're building
have
their own stadium.
their
No, the
facilities.
facilities.
Oh, like
They're in
so.
SoFi, yeah. They're set in
okay.
SoFi,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna
their
say, like,
facilities
SoFi's
is going to be
brand
in
new.
El Segundo,
Yeah.
Okay.
their practice facility. But yeah, I mean, I was a Stanford guy.
You were gonna go to Stanford.
I was going to go to
Were
Stanford.
you committed?
I wasn't committed, but I was going to. And literally the week I was going to commit, that's when Mason just
You left.
disappeared. Like, you didn't
Oh,
hear
you just-
anything from Mason.
you just ghosted
and
you?
then you just hear, like, the news. Derek Mason becomes the Vanderbilt head coach. And then that's when, you know, you start getting letters and, you know, calls from
Dude,
Mason
that's
and
nuts.
stuff
Who
like
was
that.
on your visit?
My visit, it was Kari, E-Man.
No. I meant at Stanford. Sorry.
I didn't even end up going
you
on a
didn't-
visit
you
to
didn't-
Stanford. I didn't end up getting out there. Like, it was just
Oh, okay.
a verbal arrangement. Like, Mason was my guy there. That was really the only guy I was communicating at Stanford. So once he sort of left there, like I was saying earlier, the USC coach was Coach O at the time, who was the interim head coach. And I had a good relationship with T. Martin.
Yeah.
But Coach O didn't end up becoming the head coach. It was Sark.
Yeah.
Sark brought in his guys from Washington, so I didn't end up getting the SC offer. UCLA showed me no love, and it just wasn't meant for me to go to the Pac-12. I think Arizona State wanted me to play receiver.
Didn't wanna do that.
No, I didn't want to play receiver. Oregon State wanted me to play receiver, so it was just really finding the best out-of-state schools. So it was like Northwestern, Duke, Virginia, Vanderbilt, those type of schools. And then, yeah, the best visit I had was Vanderbilt, really. And then just it's unknown hearing a guy from California or just the West Coast in general going to play in the SEC, especially in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now
It
you
was
Unheard
rare.
of.
so now you're hearing a lot of guys playing in SEC, you know, from the West Coast
really
at
common
least.
now.
It's common now. So like those guys didn't even recruit West Coast guys, which is crazy because like it wasn't heard of Alabama coming to California to get Bryce, or you know LSU coming out here, because I think the only guy I knew to go to LSU from here was my quarterback in high school, and he ended up transferring.
Who was it?
Hayden Reddick.
Okay.
So he ended up going to LSU, and then he ended up transferring
Interesting.
to like Rutgers, I think.
Wow.
But yeah, just being able to play in the SEC and, you know, to wear that brand, and then, you know, academics, like I said, it was a lot of academic schools with Northwestern, Duke, and Virginia,
Those
those
are
type
all
of
really good
schools.
schools.
So I hated Chicago. Virginia was a little too far. You know, Duke, same thing. And, you know, Nashville, I had family sort of around Tennessee, not in Tennessee, but sort of around. So it just made sense, you know. Then met, you know, my guy Kari on the visit. So it was like, you know,
Boys.
yeah.
Yes,
So,
sir.
you know, had a couple of the boys, Nephi was there with me, so it's like, I had a couple of Charles was there with me, so it was like, got California.
You knew Charles
guys.
from out here?
I knew of Charles, so that's the thing, California is so small, especially LA and being around here is small, so you hear of guys. So
you do the camp
I had
circuit,
heard,
like everyone knows each other.
Yeah, so I had heard of Chuck, and then I had heard of Nephi because he was, this
Big
highly
recruit,
touted recruit. But then we get out there and it's like, we California guys have the opportunity to play in the SEC, and then we know Mason, and it's like Mason recruited us somewhere else, and now he's the head coach, so it's like, the perfect scenario. And then who was my defense coordinator at the time? I think Coach Cotto came from Stanford.
I don't know him.
He only spent a year at Vandy. And then we had another defensive back coach who came from the league. Brett Maxey, who's at Colorado now. He's the DB coach at Colorado, defensive coordinator at Colorado.
Dude, Marv's moving up. Did you see that?
Yeah,
that's so sick.
Another Vanderbilt guy.
Yeah,
but you could kind of tell just by the type of person he is.
Oh
just being around him. Yeah,
I wonder if he'll be a head coach soon. I could see him
hopefully.
being
I was
dope
hoping
head coach.
He's young,
Oh,
but I was hoping
yeah.
that Vanderbilt job might have been his a little bit. I could see
Think
that.
so? But he was a linebackers coach at the time, so you can't really jump from a
Linebackers to head coach.
Yeah,
I could have saw it though.
really?
I could.
I would have.
I could.
would've
Just
liked
a
him
leader
to
of
be
men.
the DC at Vandy.
So like when you hear of Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, he recruited me at Purdue.
Okay.
Great guy. Being a leader of men, I could see Coach Marv. I would equate Coach Marv to like a Marcus Freeman type coach.
That's interesting. The other thing I was thinking about too is like, what makes you a great head coach isn't what necessarily makes you a great like position coach or coordinator. Like it's a totally different criteria.
Yeah.
Like I would rather my head coach be a really great leader of men, like you were just saying, and not have like the expertise in the X's and O's, and just like be a great manager and be able to just have the right team around you, than just be a dude who's like all football and like doesn't know how to lead people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because it's more than X's and O's, it's about relationships.
Yeah.
And guys have to want to play for you.
Right.
We got so used to, hearing speeches from Mason and stuff like that. But just imagine having a coach like with no, just fire behind it, or just,
it's awful. It's awful.
Yeah, like just imagine
terrible.
playing for a coach like that.
Can't do
It's
it.
like, I don't want to play for this guy. So that sort of affects your play too. And, just the relationships type. And then, we have these coaches like Coach Marv, great football minds,
Yeah, when you have both, I think that's when it's special.
Yeah. And then just knowing the balance between, he was a player, but he's not a player anymore.
That's right.
So, he was in your shoes, but he doesn't necessarily know, what you're going through at this current time. But, he can sort of relate. But, he knows that fine line between, I'm not one of the guys, but I can, sort of relate to being one of the guys. So I think
you can see it when dudes rally around a coach. Did y'all see that Freeman video?
Yeah.
Where he announced it and everyone just jumps up and down. You didn't see it? It was like all over Twitter.
That was crazy. No, I'm saying it.
Yeah.
So
tough deal for Clockley.
That.
Yeah, because he would have been
if
the
he
guy.
waited
Right?
1 year.
So do you think?
Year.
So
he's
in
like
that,
one of the
in
top
that
10
case,
highest
do
paid
you
guys in
think
the
he
world.
would have become the Notre Dame head coach?
Yeah, because
think so?
That's what everyone says, that he was next in line to be the Notre Dame guy. But I don't think he
he's
wanted
a Vandy.
to wait
Let's go.
until Kelly
I
would
think
leave. No one thought Kelly would.
You think what?
Right. Well,
So how do you feel about Kelly being at LSU now?
You think he'll take
Crazy.
Vandy over Notre Dame?
Crazy.
I don't think he looks back at it and like.
You don't think he looks back at it and says, if I waited a year,
No, I think he does. I
I
think
could
he
have been the
does.
head coach in
A
Notre
little
Dame.
bit, but it's your alma mater.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying.
I think
That's
that
the pride.
I think there's
outweighs
some
Notre Dame.
heart
That's
to
what
it
I'm
where
talking
it's like
about.
you want your team that you played at to be successful.
Yeah.
And you have the helping hand. Like now you're the one to really
yeah.
stamp
And now
it.
he has
It's
the
a
money
project.
behind
It's
it
a
too, and
project.
everything.
You're taking
yeah.
a team from 0 to 100. That
You'd
has lure
rather
to it. You
be
can
the
appreciate
head coach
that.
of Vanderbilt than Notre Dame. If you went to
No.
Vanderbilt.
Notre Dame's a bigger opportunity. Like
It is.
No one's
And it
denying
opens
that.
up more doors
But
too.
we're saying in
Yeah.
this specific situation, I can see why the Vandy job holds special meaning to a person like that.
Yeah.
You don't think he has any regret?
I'm not saying any
Oh, no.
regret, but I'm saying like,
You think, okay, let me ask you this. You think he's sitting here now, the head coaching position becomes open at Notre Dame, he goes, you know what, I'm very happy with my decision.
Well, I mean, that's easy to say after you've gone, 2 and what they go?
Yeah, they went.
Yeah, so,
yeah, but
it's
they were
easy to say
always, that was always going to
now.
happen. He wasn't going to win 10
something.
games.
They're building something.
yeah.
But I feel like
Regardless of how many games he won. You could have won 10 games. You could have won the same
Notre
amount of
Dame's a
games.
top 8 job in college football.
It is. But that's crazy also with all the top tier jobs that got open this year with
Insane.
Florida,
Dude, it was a
SC,
crazy
Notre
LSU.
Dame,
Crazy.
Oregon,
Never happened. Yeah.
Miami. Like, that's crazy.
Literally insane. But
College
no,
football's
like
crazy.
OJ, that is a very good point. Like,
Well-
if you said today, like you have this opportunity, you can stay at Vandy or you can go back in time and stay at Notre Dame.
He goes back in time and stays in Notre Dame.
I'm not so certain. I don't know.
No one
I think it's a
expected.
good
No one
question. I think
expected.
it's a good question.
Chip is Chip Kelly right?
Chip
Yeah,
at UCLA.
not Chip. Who's the guy at Notre Dame? The left?
Oh, Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly.
No one expected Brian Kelly to leave Notre Dame. No one gets fired from Notre Dame or leaves. Usually they just retire
Yeah.
or something
You
like
don't
that. So
leave
Clark
Notre
Lee was
Dame
probably
for a
like,
bigger
look,
job.
I'm not waiting 20 more years.
Makes
This
sense.
guy-
Makes sense.
Well, you know, he got
And then
paid
back
a
next
hefty
year,
amount.
jump
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
He got paid a lot to go to
He
LSU.
made the right decision.
like
at
when
the
you're at the
time, and
casino
there's
and you
nothing,
keep-
there's nothing you could do about that.
Oh,
Like, you can't
yeah.
play the results if you're Kelly.
Yeah.
You're Clark Lee. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
And it was the
that
perfect
was the right
storm,
decision
too.
at that time.
It was literally the perfect storm. You get a new AD,
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, new AD,
the new
facilities,
coaching job,
right?
facilities
Yeah,
now.
money.
Now he has the money behind him, the
Dude,
facilities
I mean,
behind
yeah.
him.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
You know how it
Yeah, that locker room was way cooler than
It's
that.
all relative too. Like Vandy
But-
money
Wait,
versus
no, so,
Alabama
what the
money, right?
That's
But
soon as
still,
we left-
like, even with the new locker room now, like, the
Yeah,
locker
it's
room
nice.
I was in.
Yeah, our locker room was-
Our locker room sucked.
Didn't even
And I
compare.
loved it. I thought
People
it was
complain
great.
about the USC football.
But it
No,
was
no,
bad.
wait. You think the USC locker room's better or worse than the Vanderbilt one?
Wait, you saying the new Vandy
This one
or
right
compared
now,
to the old one?
The old Vandy one versus the
The
current
USC
USC
one's
one.
way
No, I
better.
think USC is way better. And
Way
I used to
better.
go out and work out at USC.
The
Yes.
locker room?
Yes.
The locker room's
Yes,
way better. It's
and
not
I used to
even
be
up
at
for
that
discussion.
indoor underground weight
What's the
room that
difference
y'all
between
have.
no,
Yeah,
the
I used to-
facilities for sure?
yeah.
What's the difference between the USC locker room and the Vanderbilt locker room?
It's
You're saying the
100
old
times
We had
nicer.
wooden
How?
lockers.
The old
Yeah,
Vandy
we have
was-
wooden
We had a
lockers.
wooden
Bro, there's
locker.
high schools
No,
with
but it was
better
like
locker
chipped
rooms than
wood.
the Vandy
Oh
one.
yeah.
The
We
whole
have,
shit.
we have wooden lockers at
And
USC.
there
all
was an
chipped.
old
They were all
rug.
chipped, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the
All
carpet
chipped.
that we had?
You guys,
and we were sleeping on the ground there too.
Dude.
Oh yeah, we sit on the
we didn't
Oh.
even have coffee at USC. You
Huh?
guys are about to get so many new things.
Oh,
USC. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gotta be insane. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
You guys are about to get so
They're,
much.
they're pouring so much money. into
Oh
it.
yeah, I can only
They're already doing
imagine.
construction downstairs, bro. Like in the weight room.
Oh
and stuff.
yeah,
can-
they're changing all that. They're changing all that.
It's
They're
gonna be
making a
insane.
football only because like our new strength guys
Uh-huh.
that all came from OU. They
Oh,
were
okay.
they were all surprised. They're like, "Where's the football only weight room?" They're like, no, we share it.
We
They're
share.
Like,
Uh
oh, okay, like that's gonna change.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is your locker room? Not for long. Like this is like everything's about to be new. Like it's got to be the standard that they had at OU, like
Yeah.
facilities wise. You know
As
what I'm
it
saying?
should though,
Because that's
because
what
when you
they're
think of
used
SC, you know, you think of a top tier program.
Yeah.
So you should have the facilities to back it up.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense. You know, you have Vanderbilt. We have our own weight room, and SC has a shared weight
But I've
room.
also thought like the Vandy argument. You're not going to Vandy because the facilities are flashy or because
Yeah.
it's a flashy decision. Like the guys that you're getting to go at Vandy are going for a much different reason.
But now it's like
know what I'm saying?
we just want guys to come to Vandy. It's like,
Yeah.
how do we get these guys to come here now?
Well,
'Cause-
no, but you make the selling point. You're getting the best degree and for like playing that level of competition
So,
in football.
so think about this.
Besides Stanford, but you're playing in the SEC, right?
But you have to think about this new generation of players, though.
Yeah.
You know, even though I'm in the same
No, I
generation,
agree.
but now you have, you know, the TikToks and the NIL deals
I know, yeah.
that comes into play now.
I think there's still like a subgroup of like recruits out there. I mean, bro, there's so many guys around the
Yeah.
country that like there's value to that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And you can play right away. You can sell that. Hey, like
Literally, you can play.
this depth chart, this is what it looks like. You have a really good opportunity
Yeah.
to get on the field.
I
You
agree.
go to Alabama, you go to Georgia.
I agree.
There's 5 other 5 stars at your position.
I agree. But so the thing is, I don't think we're necessarily competing with guys that are going to Alabama.
That's true.
I don't think that's the recruit going to Vanderbilt.
You're right.
Who do you think Vandy is competing against?
I mean, we would have to compete with a Missouri, maybe in the SEC or Kentucky. I
In
would
the
think.
conference, yeah.
in our
It's
conference.
those,
But out of conference, I think we're competing with, you know, I don't know.
it's probably like the Northwestern Dukes of the world. Like,
No.
Vanderbilt, I don't think. No.
I don't think we're competing with those
No,
guys either.
I don't-
you think
I
they'd
don't
rather
think so
go
at all.
Northwestern and Duke?
I think there's just a different class of guy. Like, I don't know. I don't think that mold fits.
Like,
Oh, you're saying like
You
need
think you're
bigger
competing
guys.
against like a Duke or something?
No, I mean,
No,
LD, those were his.
no, I know, and I think his situation is very unique.
yeah.
But I don't necessarily
Give me a
see that
ballpark.
as,
Who you competing against as Vanderbilt?
I think
For
we
your
have to
recruits.
jump on guys early. So, like, you know, they
That's
might have
right.
just got an offer from, like, Louisiana Tech or, like,
Get 'em as they're coming
UCF,
up,
you know.
yeah.
Like, guys like those. Or, you know, a guy that just got an offer from, I don't know, maybe Memphis.
And you gotta lock in the local guys. Because Nashville low-key has talent.
So
Like, there's a lot of Nashville guys that go to other schools.
You got
how do you do
NBA,
that, though, when you
Academy,
have
you got
UT, you know, you have
UT.
Knoxville Tech in the same state,
That's not Nashville.
but it's Tennessee in general.
Yeah, and they
You know,
probably
you're
grew
from
up,
Tennessee.
Volunteer fans as well
Yeah.
growing up, which is the
Because
other
what do you think about how many volunteer fans are actually in Nashville?
It's quite
Do
a
you
few.
think
An
there's
insane
more
amount.
than
Yeah,
Vanderbilt
it's quite-
fans?
Way
Yeah.
more, way more. Would
It's-
I think it's shifting.
You think so?
Is it-
Well, you know what? I would say I thought it was shifting. I thought we were making the right
There's a lot
steps.
of randomly.
We were
fans.
making the right steps.
I felt like there was a new movement
These
going
days,
on.
there was.
Yeah,
How
I
many-
might have
The
stepped.
past 3 years combined wins. Is it like 4?
5.
3?
Probably 4, 5.
Let's go.
I mean, wow.
Yeah.
You know, but then you look at your senior year, where I
Like
mean,
we were
wins?
consistently
on
winning
the
6
surface, like
wins.
6 and 7 season. You know, it's like relatively.
Yeah, but you could've
And
been in
when you
melee.
look at that
But if you look
6-win
at that
season,
we
like
were-
we should have
we were a
won about
9-win
7,
team.
8 games.
Yeah, we were
9.
competitive with everyone we played besides Georgia and
South Carolina.
But then you have one year we beat Georgia, so it's like
That's
we
right.
can
You
beat these
yeah,
teams.
You can beat those teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we're hopefully, you know, we win 4, 5 games next year.
Like,
Hopefully,
Just a
If
build.
that's what we're saying, like, I mean, it's just kind of sad. You know?
We're gonna
because
win 10
you have
games.
to think about it. Now you have like a whole roster change because
It's gonna take
you know you
3
have Mason
years.
guys, then you have to bring in Clark Lee's
Yeah.
mold of guys.
And you see all the new hires that just came in.
Yeah, there's new
New
hires,
DC, new D-line.
new schemes. You know, what kind of offense do they want to run? What kind of defense are they trying to run? So, and then who do they have? A new recruiter guy, Simmons.
Yeah, he's like 24/7 sports guy.
Exactly. So now they're trying
It's
sort of that
interesting.
technique, which is, you know, new. But
guess.
I think we need that. We have to find any way possible to get guys, to find guys, and then to get them to sort of come. But, I mean, like you said, the degree should sell itself. But,
When you're that age, it's just if that wasn't your focus, like early on in high school, I think it's tough when you start
That's what I'm
stepping
saying.
into it.
yeah.
Starting to see the flash of big time football,
Yeah.
it's like the degree really starts taking that back seat.
Especially if you're football first. You don't really care.
Oh, well,
huh?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you needed to have that foundation.
But, I
early
mean,
on.
then that's not our type of guy then, you know?
well, exactly. But
Yeah, it's a different.
Now
it's
you
a
gotta
different
find
type of
them.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's start wrapping it up because I think what the rain is tough. Is it bad with the audio?
It's getting a little loud.
dude, it was like
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's been
pouring-
raining,
yeah,
yeah,
pouring
yeah.
down.
I thought LA was a nice place, bro.
You know, you caught us at an unfortunate time. You know?
It is.
bro, you're in Florida. You probably see
can't
rain
wait.
3.
Yeah,
No,
it rains
but-
every day in Florida, but it's different.
It'll rain for like
5 minutes.
I can't deal with the humidity.
Yeah,
I love it.
I was
love
never
it.
a fan of the
Really?
humidity.
I love it.
Never a
It's
fan.
the same temperature at midnight that it is at like 5
Like,
in the
I
afternoon.
don't want to sweat
That bothers
coming
me.
out the
No, I
house.
love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do so.
Um,
That's
and
the
I
problem.
hate that.
I didn't
No,
really
I
start
like it.
sweating that bad until I got to the south, and it was
That's
like,
why you gotta
I
go
don't
there.
like this
Bad.
feeling.
Yeah.
You gotta go there for your training in the off season, then you come back
It
to
gets
LA.
you right.
It's
And then
easy.
you come back to LA.
It gets
Yeah.
you right. When we
Yeah.
came out here last summer camp, like I was like the only guy at summer camp out there wearing like full joggers, long sleeve. Everyone's like, "What are you doing, bro?" It's like
Yeah.
85 degrees out here. I was like, "It's not
It's
hot."
cool. Yeah.
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 It's not hot at all.
So I
What
can
do you
see
mean?
that. I can see that. I can see that.
Florida's hot at 7 in the morning when you're training. Oh my
Literally,
gosh.
Yeah,
you
it's-
hop out the door literally and start sweating.
Start sweating.
Dude,
It is actually true. I don't know how people.
And then at
Summer's
night too,
bad.
like you,
Yeah.
really bad.
okay, you just
I
sweating.
don't know how people go clubbing like outside there because you must just be sweating.
Yeah, and then
the
it
whole
just.
time.
You should take the L. You just
Pain.
know you're gonna sweat. You can't wear any.
So what do you
no
wear?
gray
That's what I'm
shirts.
saying.
Yeah,
What do
that's
you
what I'm
wear?
saying.
Throw away all the gray shirts.
Just straight black.
Pit stains are gonna be bad.
Yeah. Pain.
That's the cool thing about here. Like in the summer at night, it gets cold,
Cold.
so you can wear like cool jackets and stuff like that. You know.
This is
Yeah.
cool.
So what a lot of
It's
people don't know
cool.
when you come out here, you literally have to dress for like later on in the day.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
So like
that's
people used to
right.
look at me crazy, like people that came from out of state, like why are you wearing like a hoodie in the morning or like in the middle of the day? And it's like because it's going to
It's
be
gonna
colder.
get cold.
Yeah, so you sort
Florida.
of dress in the morning for the the rest of the day. But I think we might actually get our first little winter out here.
It's been feeling
50
like it.
degrees.
It's a cold
you know?
one too.
Dude. I saw high 30s.
That's what I'm saying.
Really?
Lucky time in the morning. Yeah.
Oh, like first thing.
Yeah. First thing like 4.
Yeah, you know, we've
4:30.
They're getting
Again-
snow up in the mountains, like a lot of snow.
Yeah.
Blizzard.
I think it's a good time to go to Big Bear.
I
know,
want
Yeah.
this
I've been
time.
Yeah.
wanting to, bro. Have you been?
I haven't been since I left.
Okay.
But yeah,
You like ski, snowboard, or no?
skiing.
Hey.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, I look forward to ski season all year, and I tore my ACL obviously, and can't ski because that's like everyone tears their ACL skiing, and I kind of just decided, as long as I play football, like I'm not gonna ski because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it sucks, but
Business decision.
yeah,
Straight business.
it's just such a grueling rehab. Like I couldn't see myself doing this again. You know,
Dude,
it's,
terrible.
especially if it's like self-inflicted like that. You know, I'd be like,
Well, you know, you have your boy Lou, self-inflicted wounds.
that's the
Literally, it was like all I heard was it wasn't a torn ACL, and I was like, all right, I don't care.
yeah, because that's your
I
next
was
literally 10 months of your life. It like, consumes you.
Yeah,
That's all,
done. And I don't have a full,
So much pain.
the staff around me to make sure I'm like,
That's right. You're on your own.
round the clock
which would be
service.
awesome.
Yeah, this is different
still-
now.
That was
How long did it
hell.
take you to figure out everything that was injured? From the injury to the day that you're like, okay, this is what's up. I know everything.
Yeah,
How long
but
did it
it's
take you?
absurd.
So you get hurt.
I got hurt. Yeah, I got hurt.
Say what happened too. People don't know what happened.
No.
Like, can't leave
give us
them in the
all
dark.
details. Yeah, so James is over here.
You know, save as much of the detail as you
It's
can.
not a big deal.
Yeah, you know, I was
Somebody just got pushed
Some
into
stuff
you.
happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, so, someone got
big
pushed.
something.
and I
Someone
was
got
like-
pushed into you.
Yeah, it's fine. So that happens, and I go to the ER.
Hey,
That
got
happens.
pushed,
Someone
somebody
fell
said it.
into my leg.
someone falls
right?
into your leg. He had it coming.
Okay. Go to the ER that night, and from that point on, which they resulted to nothing. They were just
The
like,
ER
here's
was
some,
like, oh yeah, you are hurt.
yeah, here are crutches. We will send you a bill
For the crutches?
$250. Yeah, just for crutches.
Well, you're going to get the generic care, though.
Oh, exactly.
You don't have, the trainer that knows you.
Yeah, literally. So I'm like, this is the most absurd thing ever. And then it took, from that point on, I had to go through 4 visits just so I can get someone to say, oh, you need to see a knee specialist after I'm screaming at them. I don't even want to show up.
And they charge you for all
I'm
of
like,
those
oh, yeah,
visits.
I'm going
Did
to
you
charge
do
you every
any
time.
Googling? So like my knee hurts.
Oh, no. I know
He's gone through the
it all.
ACL before.
Yeah,
so
I
he knows how
know
it feels.
all the hot keys, man. I'm telling you. I'm like, let's save this visit. I'm doing the in-persons and I'm doing the phones.
Yeah.
Like, come on, someone just schedule my MRI. Sorry, I know this is a headache. We're gonna have to get you through the
So
process.
how does that feel, scheduling your own MRI? Because it's easy when you're in college.
And
The
that's the
trainers
worst
do
day.
everything.
Yeah.
You just
How did you
go.
on the field in the same day?
Yeah, no, I would have known. I would have
Dude, an hour later.
That day, you would've known.
Literally.
Before
And
you went
just
home.
to schedule my MRI, I called right in the morning. I'm the first phone call of the morning, and they're like, "All right, we can get you an MRI in 2.5 weeks." And I'm like, no. So I hang up to call, and the way that the medical system for Kaiser is just a headache. But I called the LA, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna see what Orange County's got. Called Orange County. Yeah, that's gonna be 3 weeks. Okay, yeah, I'm going back to LA. 4 weeks.
Man.
I was a third call. I just back and forth. Just in that 25-minute turnaround, I lost 2.5 weeks.
Did you call OC back?
Yeah, I called
So I'll
OC
take the
back.
3.
No, I was like, I'll take the 3, please. And I got thrown on that. So I mean, jeez, it's a 4-week process, and then and that's another thing. Sorry, I just want to know my results. That'll be 7 days.
Sheesh.
That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know. They're available now.
Yeah, I'm like,
The radiologist has them.
just someone read it. I don't care.
Like I've been here
25
before.
seconds.
Like I know it's readily available. I know you can tell me what's going on.
Just send me the radiology report.
Yeah,
I'll read it
literally.
myself.
She told me, sorry, that's not how it works. They are generally available 5 to 7 days after. And I'm like,
no,
you're a
they're-
liar.
They're available
You're
right
literally
now.
lying to me. Oh my gosh, it was so painful. That was more painful. I'm not going to say that, but the process is so painful.
Adulting, man.
so-
That makes you appreciate
I
trainers
appreciate it.
and,
I've
being at school.
been talking to Maya this whole
Yeah.
time. I've been in Maya's pocket. Just like, none of the doctors are going to help me. I got more help from her.
It would
just
have been
from text.
cheaper if you flew to Nashville, had them do the ACL test,
Yeah.
and they
Oh.
tell you right on the spot.
Literally, another part.
The flight
Doctor,
would've been
I told the
cheaper.
doctor, I don't even want to see you if you can't do the ACL test. Oh no, I can do it. Okay,
What's it?
do it. Does the other leg. I can't tell.
It's so easy to tell.
Literally, I'm like,
It's so easy to tell.
It's tough.
That makes you appreciate it, though. You know, we were kind of living in a bubble.
Really,
Really,
You
it's
know?
a different world outside
It really
of
is.
sports.
It really is. Like you got the schedule. You know?
They make
Yeah.
everything so easy for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, just show up, and everything else is all good. Just tell me
Every
where to go.
appointment you need, dentist, anything you could think
Every
of.
appointment.
Okay, 5 o'clock today. You just go there. Oh, you don't have a ride? We'll order the list.
Yeah, no
for
worries.
you.
Yeah.
You could call the doctor up yourself
Or
and be
shout out
like,
to
"Can I see you
Justin.
tomorrow
Justin
morning?"
used to take
And
me
the
to a
doctor will
couple
text
of
you
my
back like,
appointments.
"Yeah, no worries. Like, you'll pull up at like 8."
Yeah.
In a normal system, you'd have to wait 2 weeks for an
Anything.
appointment.
You have a little cold. Oh, we'll hit you with the IV bag. That's what
Yeah.
we do out here. It's sick. It's insane.
We had players get hit with the IV bag.
Look, we didn't.
We had a couple linemen get hit, bro. We had a couple linemen get hit with the IV bag at halftime during some games this year.
Yeah.
Because they were dehydrated during
I don't
the
know
games.
about that one.
They had it in the locker room, like pumping into someone's arm. I
That's
was
some
like,
different money.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get those.
Yeah,
No,
not
the
at all.
resources are a little different at Vandy, but
Yeah,
I mean, same idea though. Like post football, I'm not looking forward to that experience.
not finding your IV bag.
Yeah, exactly. How do I make an appointment? I'm just calling the trainers here. Like,
Yeah.
Sir, you graduated 5 years ago.
Yeah, not happening.
But usually they'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah,
know.
if you're
Just
cool with,
with
that.
general
like, same way, like,
information.
you're cool with Maya, like, you know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's solid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you know you've built the relationship
Those are the
over
homies.
time.
Yeah, yeah. If it's like an injury like that, I would for sure call him.
Yeah, I just wouldn't call like Boz or anything like that. I'd call like Justin maybe,
Yeah.
or like Carrie.
Oh, my God.
Shout out to Boz. Nah, but you know he's the head guy. So
Yeah, he's busy.
Yeah.
And if you
So
live in the
busy.
area too, you just pop in, like, you know.
yeah,
you
because
play
I
there.
would get treatment when I ended up getting waived from the Titans. I would be at Vanderbilt working out,
Oh, you
and
do?
I'd
Yeah.
get treatment.
yeah.
Weight rooms open.
There's guys,
like,
yeah,
Weight
guys go
rooms
to the
open,
all the time.
and
Adopt
treatment and
all that.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's
So,
great.
yeah, they show a lot of love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine, you know, pointing
Salt
my-
on the wound.
Yeah, you know, sorry.
The very
imagine how you
first commercial I see from Kaiser is an example of a guy that rolled his ankle playing basketball, and he's like, "Wow, Kaiser treats me like an athlete. I got this done in 5 days."
He said bull. He said, I call bull.
I was like, "What?"
You should have showed him the commercial. You said,
No, I
where's my
literally,
athlete
I will
treatment?
sue. Like, this is absurd.
Where's my treatment?
Yeah,
False advertising.
this yeah
At its
absurd.
finest.
Kaiser, look out.
Yeah.
I thought Kaiser was like the best though.
It is, and I
Especially out
love it. Like,
here.
that's why I chose to go that route, and it's just that the process.
Man.
But they just treat everyone like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like,
Kind of.
I've had a lot of these. I have
been
so
through
much
this
wrong
before.
with me. I know kind of how this process works.
Kind of know.
I was in the hospital for like a week. Vandy,
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right.
appendicitis, and I come back in. Oh, dude, don't even get me started. Come back in.
We got a loose start.
A couple years later, and I'm telling them, oh, I still have my appendix in, but I had appendicitis, and they're like, not possible. I'm like, look, guys, I understand. No, you're wrong. It's not that. It can't be that. And then they're like, they had to have removed it. And I'm like, I understand, but I'm a special case. It didn't have, and I'm going through it, and they just look at me like I'm ridiculous. And then, you know, I'm in the hot. It took me 18 hours to actually get someone to actually look at my appendix.
Man.
Wait, so speaking of like special care for athletes in a medical sense, I want you to give your appendix story. Are you allowed to?
Please. Please.
Can you
Do you know
legally?
what happened? You know what happened?
Please tell me.
Oh, God.
Do you know what happened or
I
not?
don't.
Dude.
So I need to know.
This is actually insane. Like the context, right? So like we play Georgia. That's the one game we
Georgia,
couldn't play.
homecoming,
Big deal.
Big.
Huge deal.
big.
And
In
you
Athens.
get appendicitis, right?
Athens, yeah. Walk in, my stomach hurts, don't know what's going on. Maya, and immediately, which again, biggest difference from sport, I mean, press, we need to go. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Go to the hospital, which now after going through this, I'm so appreciative because that process maybe took 3 hours, which felt like eternity. And I was begging Maya to kill me. Literally begging her. I was done. I was done with it. I was like, just end me now.
Was that painful?
Oh, dude. I mean,
That's how I felt about my leg. Not the ACL. The
Compartment syndrome?
yeah.
I just wanted the pain to stop. That's how bad it was. I
Yeah.
was like, knock me out. Like, if.
Bro, you came in my room at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
I thought there was a ghost in my room or some.
Because so OJ, well, this is a different story, but we'll finish one. We'll get to the other.
So
we're getting excited.
They finally put me in a bed, and they're like, "All right, you're scheduled for surgery in an hour." And I'm like, "All right, great." And then doctor leaves. Literally, 2 minutes later, someone walks by. "Hey, I heard you have appendicitis. You should ask him about this program." And we're like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "That's all I can say, but you have to say this word, and they'll know what we're talking about." And then left.
What word was it?
I don't remember. I was on so many drugs. I was on.
Was it a code word?
Yeah. I mean, I'm literally in and out of it. I'm on morphine. I'm on all this stuff. So comes in. Doctor comes back in, says, "All right, you're all set. We got you scheduled. We're about to take you." And
you didn't say the word?
No, Maya says it. And then he just stares. He's like, "How do you know about that?"
What?
And he's like, "You're not supposed to know about that."
How do you know about that?
Yeah. And then so they have a side little convo going on. Another doctor and was like, "Yeah, it was like, someone wearing like the brown coat." And he's like, "No one's allowed in here except me." And he's like, "There's no one there." Yeah, it was some weird shit. And so
you couldn't have saw a ghost if Maya knew about it.
No, Maya was the one that was speaking for me. And
so Maya saw the ghost too.
Yeah. So the doctor ends up like, "Okay."
Was the guy that told you this dressed in stuff from the 1940s, by any chance?
Yeah, huge plus sign.
Yeah, like yeah, the witch doctor.
I'm telling you, it was weird. It was a very weird thing because they're looking at us like, how
do you know?
Possible? And anyway, so they kind of explained like, look, this is not allowed in the U.S. at all.
Was the guy that told you a foreigner by the looks of it? Like, was it like a Chinese guy, like a Russian-looking guy?
I was on so much drugs, I don't know. I was just so happy to like actually.
So the doctor said, "We can't legally perform this operation on you."
So he's like, "You're gonna have to sign," and then Boz walks in. And he's had appendicitis too, so he's like, "This is the first time I'm ever hearing about this. Like, how is this possible? And if we can possibly," because he's like, "All right, the surgery, you're gonna be out for, it's gonna be quick, 2 weeks, 4 weeks." It essentially meant no. He said you're out for the season.
Sheesh.
With surgery,
because surgery, you'd be back as a normal person in 2 weeks. But with the risk of hernia, you have to have 4 weeks outside of that just so you can start like lifting and everything. Yeah. So I was like, well, that's my season.
They wouldn't want you to bust open the tissue.
So he's like, if we do it this route, like it's off the books. And
but you can play right away.
We have to do it downstairs.
You'll play right away. But I'm like always in and out of like doctors checking me for like any little thing because they've just never done this before. And
never done this before.
Yeah, well,
this was the first time
here.
I've done this operation before, but I've heard it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just told him I came here to play, so like that's it. Like I'm not doing surgery. Like whatever, I don't care.
And what exactly did they do?
I don't know, man.
Was it an injection?
It was
a pill?
I was on a drip for like 3 days.
So how do you feel about that decision then? Because at the time you made it because you came to play football.
Oh, right? The greatest part is every doctor comes back. You're the success story. Like now they do it.
No, because
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, so what is it? Now you must now know what it is.
Nah, I have to look into it. It's some European thing, dude. I don't know.
It's now a thing.
No, it's like an option for just the athletes.
Oh,
just for athletes.
Is it like,
they will not allow. They will
the regular public.
It's only it's no.
So why do they allow
because
athletes
if
to
it
do it?
bursts, you can die.
So why would they just
It
allow
just gives the
athletes
athletes the option to continue playing.
So is that not crazy though? How we make medical decisions like that?
Yeah,
just to be able to play.
And then he's like, you might have a scary down the line, and if you do, like, we don't know how that's going.
Like you're making life-changing decisions just to finish a decision.
Because of the appendix.
Yeah.
Because of the appendix. Because of not.
So it could just burst at any point.
Yeah. Which is why I was saying I had to rush to the hospital, and I'm like, this is the same thing. I'm feeling it again. I mean, I'm like, you guys don't understand. Like, this is serious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
Everyone, an 18-hour process.
I remember that.
Just for someone to look. I mean,
that was last year. That was last year.
You guys saw me.
Dude, you were sweating.
Yes. I was literally sitting there working, and I come out my room. I'm like,
we're like,
dude,
Lou, are you okay?
Drenched.
Like, no.
I need to go.
That was the Jimmy Butler hands on the knees.
Dripping. You could just
I remember this.
Dripping. dripping sweat,
Yeah, there was. Yeah, it was dripping.
and agonizing pain. And I was
And
like,
then,
I gotta
yeah,
go.
we had to drive you straight to the hospital.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the appendix. It was
Yeah.
some other.
But that was the thing.
It's
It's like, so since I did that, like now it can be,
it's a whole thing.
yeah, I don't really know. But that was a business decision.
So now you're just forever.
I mean, like now everyone's like, dude,
Impacted by
just
that.
get it taken and out. But I'm like, dude,
Get it taken out?
yeah.
Man,
Oh, really?
Well, I had appendicitis.
Oh, you're appendix.
so,
Oh.
yeah.
I thought you meant they put something inside you.
so I
that
mean,
is
at
now
some point,
keeping
you know,
you
you
from.
have to get it taken out.
Maybe. But it bought me time, so.
I don't know why. It reminds me of Deadpool.
So was it worth
It
it?
does.
Yeah,
It gives you
it was,
time.
it was worth it.
Like,
I would
gives them,
say
like,
it
the
was
card.
worth it. And
Okay.
anyone else that's thinking about it, just say the magic word. And
Yeah,
tell
you're
your
What's the
doctor.
magic word?
The dude, you have to see the witch doctor.
If anyone else is thinking about it,
Not the witch doctor.
I hope they get lucky and a ghost walks past them and tells them which word to use.
So what was the word? I want to figure out what. The
No,
word
I literally
was.
don't know, dude. I mean,
Yeah, you're not processing information when you're under that much pain.
literally the only thing I cared about. They gave me the morphine, and doctor walked away and came back. And I'm like, dude, when are you gonna hit me with this morphine? I need it. And he was like, dude, we just gave you a full dose. Gave me a second, and I was like, I'm still in so much pain. Gave me some other one, and so like I'm on 3 different I'm on a double dose of morphine and then on some other opioid, and I'm just like,
That's how it is.
You're just like, give me whatever. At
yeah,
that point.
literally,
you don't even care.
I nothing mattered.
You are right. The turnaround is fast.
I was serious when I was begging to die. I did not care.
Man,
Yeah.
But you were like
Crazy
that
how,
with the
like, how bad
compartment.
pain can be,
You were
like
like that with the compartment syndrome stuff.
Yeah. If someone said like, all right, we'll make the pain stop, like we have to kill you right now, like I might have
got it?
actually considered it.
man.
Like I was, there was
was
like
bad.
tears coming down. Like I was to the point where like I was talking to myself, like,
Well,
I was
in-
seeing
before-
things.
in the
I was
evening-
talking, like I was in a very dark place.
In the
Man.
evening, you was in pain, and then you needed to borrow some drugs off me in the evening because I just got surgery.
Yeah.
Because my fibula snapped in half, and then you.
Which is the worst thing you
Which
can
was-
do for
yeah.
compartment syndrome. Like you need emergency surgery right away.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that exists like that in sports that needs besides I guess appendicitis, but like, but like that's not
Whatever-
sports injury, right?
whatever
That's
this
just
injury
like
is.
that,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah.
But
said
like
just
as
talk
far as
about
sports
mine.
go, it's the only emergency surgery. And so like the longer you delay, the more you risk like necrosis and having to amputate your leg,
Yeah.
which is exactly what I did. Delay it. So I took the Percocets that OJ had.
Well, you took him in the
Not the
evening
first.
so you could go to sleep.
Because he slept.
I-
Yeah, he did. Yeah, until like 2 in the morning.
I'm like-
gave me a heart attack. I'm
Yeah.
sleeping in bed thinking this is cool, and he just hobbles through on the ground. This dark figure is on the ground and just touches my arms like OJ. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna die. Like, what's
Who
going
took
on?
you though?
Did you? Yeah,
Yeah,
you took me.
I took you.
Yeah, you took me.
That's right.
To the hospital.
Like he said, shout me
but we
out. I need my
We didn't know what
credit.
it was though.
No,
till
yeah, no,
later.
yeah.
Like I practiced, I finished practice, I got hit in my leg. I was completely fine. I get home, I remember vividly telling Lewis, watch this be like something stupid like compartment
Compartment
syndrome.
syndrome.
Literally calls
As
it
a joke,
Man, you spoke
because I
that
knew
thing.
how bad that would be. Like imagine, like just you're just saying like
Absolute
worst case scenario,
Yeah.
right? Totally joking. It ends up being that.
Man,
And when I dropped him off, he's doing a single leg hop. Refuses to let the leg touch the ground at all. No crutches or anything. Single leg hops all the way down. Took him as far as I could, and then freaking just hopped it all the way
look
out.
at you being a hero.
Yeah.
I
So
was so
I get to
bad.
the training room. Our head guy, he like touches it. He did, like literally like less than 5 seconds. Knew instantly what it was. Called the hospital. Was like, we're getting emergency surgery right away. I was
But what
like,
did he feel when he was touching it?
it was just, he can feel like how hard it is.
Oh, I
I guess
gotcha.
like all the blood is stuck there.
I got you.
And I'm like, it's not what I think it is. And he's like, yeah. I was like,
Russ gave me that look. I've had that look with
Did
Russ.
you tell him like, man, I was just joking about it?
I was in so much pain. I was like, bro, like just make it go away.
You know it's bad when you get that look from the head trainer or something like that.
They're like, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Or no, when they talk, like two of them,
When they
Next
talk
to
to
each
each
other?
other,
You're like, bro, what are you saying?
So much pain.
and then it's like an extended conversation. It's
Yeah,
like,
so much pain.
yeah,
And
it's-
then they just ignore you. They don't even tell you
they
what's
don't
going
tell
on.
you
We're just like,
anything.
things are moving. We're moving.
I snapped my fibula in half on the field last year in practice, and the head trainer guy and the head doctor came up and touched my leg like that for 2 seconds and looked up one another and went. I was like, you gonna tell me what's happening? They were like, yeah, we're just gonna go get your bag. There's a car waiting for you out there.
and then it's like
What do
they
you
tell
mean?
everyone else.
Yeah.
before
Oh,
they
yeah.
tell you.
You're just laying there, like,
like,
bro,
what's
what?
going on?
What happened? They're like, oh, you didn't hear?
Like everyone else,
Your leg's broken.
everyone else knows besides you. You're just sitting there like, what's going on?
That's bad.
Does it take that a level up in the NFL? My bad, I know we're running over time now. Is it like that's the level in college? Like, is it a level up on the NFL?
It
like
is.
you get an injury and it's even faster than that. Like
it's definitely
all the medical stuff
because
is
there's more money behind it. You gotta think about it. You know, you're paying these players now. You know, guys have contracts, so it's like, you know, we need this guy. This guy's valuable. So, you know, as fast and as quickly as possible, we need to get him back on the field.
Sure.
So, and then, you know, just the medical expertise that you have in the NFL, and, you know, the trainers and things like that. We actually had a guy, head trainer with the Titans. I think his wife was the trainer over basketball, I believe, at Vanderbilt.
At Vandy, okay.
Mm-hmm. So he was a Vanderbilt guy. So he was like, yeah, I'll take care of you, if you need anything.
That's lit. That's dope.
So, and he's still there. But, yeah, I think the one thing that's different is just the relationship aspect. I think being in college, you build better relationships. And once you get to the NFL, it's more so, you know, just business.
Like
it's part of the job. Yeah. There's a lot of things that are transactional.
I love that part. Like, you just go in the training room, like, your boys.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess that doesn't exist.
Yeah, because, you know, you used to joke around, you know, Boz, you know, with Justin's a big joker, you know.
Jordan.
You have guys like that. Jordan's hilarious.
He is
but you have guys like that where you can joke and, you know, you still put the work in. But, you know, being in the league is like, we got to report this, you know, to the GM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the other part. You don't want to say things.
Yeah, so it's like
you get risk cutting, right?
Yeah. Everything is like, man.
Can't say, like, dudes go outside for treatment instead of.
A lot of guys don't even report injuries because it's like, this is going to take time off. And if I'm not, you know, a guy that's under a contract for, you know, an extended amount of time, I'm easily replaceable.
Yeah.
So they can bring in, you know, just me alone. I've replaced guys that have gotten injured. So, you know, you don't want to be in that scenario, especially with teams that, you know, cut players easily. Like, I was in Seattle and they were bringing guys in left and right.
Really?
Like, you know, you had one injury and you couldn't practice, then it's the next man up. Literally,
one practice, you're out. Like, just like a little sprain or something.
Yeah, if you can't practice, then, you know, you're risking another guy getting injured because they have to take more reps.
That's right.
So, you know, we need to bring another body in. So they're working in guys next day. Or just my opportunity with the Panthers, a safety got cut because he hit somebody in practice and ended up giving him a concussion with the Panthers. He ended up, a safety hit a receiver, and he was laid out on the ground. He ended up getting a concussion.
The safety
got cut
because he gave a concussion.
Because of the hit in practice.
It was like a targeting.
Yeah, it was like a targeting hit. I thought it was solid, but, you know, that gave me my, you know.
DB bias.
Yeah. But, you know, literally the next day, we were brought in to replace him. So, like, I mean, it's literally just like that. Is that simple?
Yeah.
So, you know, you don't want to report injuries, especially, you know, minor injuries, but, you know.
Yeah, my hamstring hurts.
You can't say anything. Yeah, you're better off going to some outside facility if you want, like soft tissue or anything, like all that.
Because, you know, that stuff, you're a professional now. So they're saying that's stuff that you can handle on your own time. You know, you should be hydrating. You should be hydrating. You should be stretching.
There's so much more to, like.
Exactly, but they're gonna tell you.
Hydrated? Yeah, I still need soft tissue. Like.
But that's what they're gonna tell you. Like, what are the things that you could have done since you're a professional? Yeah. So, like, you should have been hydrated. You should have been stretching.
Your body's your job. That's another.
Your body is your job.
I've been thinking about that recently because that's so true. Your body is your job. Coach Mason.
Yep. Yeah. And another thing that they said,
$1 million on his body every year.
Who?
LeBron James.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. He spends millions of dollars on his body, and a lot of guys do that. And that's why, you know, the best thing is to find a routine, you know, and to figure out how your body works and, you know, how your body recovers and what's the best sort of thing for your body to do. So, you know, one of my coaches used to say in Pop Warner, you can't make the club in the tub. And it was like Pop Warner, like, we're kids. But, like, that sort of stuck with me, and it's still true to this day. Like, literally, if you're in the training room injured, there's no way you can make the team because you're not getting the reps in.
Yeah,
they have to be able to see you on the field. So
unless you're a guy that they know, right? Which is like the top 1%.
Exactly.
The majority of dudes are vying for.
But you've proven, you know, that you can play.
So the proven guys, even the proven guys, dude. Des Bryant, how many snaps has he played?
Yeah,
not many.
Yeah. But, I mean, let's just say Dez in his prime with the Cowboys.
Right.
If he's injured, then, you know, he's taking a good amount of time off. Yeah. You know, they're making sure that he fully recovers before he gets back out on the field.
Yeah.
If you have a guy that's like, you know, undrafted free agent, then it's like
that's it.
I'm playing through every injury. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of stories with undrafted guys who said, I had to play through this, or, I didn't report this because I didn't want to get cut. And, that's just the reality of it. You want to be out on the field because the money already isn't behind you.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the league, a lot of things follow the money because that means they've invested in you, right? And there's a lot of stock in you. And if you don't have a lot of money behind you, then it's like,
there's less incentive to keep
it'll take nothing to replace me.
Yeah.
So I think that's another reason why guys don't sort of report injuries. But that's not to discredit, the trainers, but you don't want to be in the training room in that sort of aspect.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's the same thing, if not better, with getting doctor's appointments or getting MRIs or, all the things that we had at Vanderbilt. So it's the same, if not better. Right. And the quality is better because you're in the NFL, of course.
All right, let's wrap it up, man. Appreciate you coming by. It's been a long time, bro.
Been a long time.
Yeah.
Been a long time, but I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, it's always good to see
you on here, in the bright lights, even though it's rainy.
Where can the people find you on social media?
Dang, it's been a minute since I shot it myself. Usually you used to have Door Alley and the Door Jam and stuff.
Yeah.
We used to put your social media so fans could follow. But hey, what are my social media? Twitter is still LD the King 13, and then Instagram is _ my name Ladarius Wiley. Finally made an Instagram, so
Yeah, I saw that. You just made one.
Finally made one. So
the pressure was too much.
It's
It's like you had
I had too many perfect cases of where I should have made one.
Yeah.
Because it's like going to Vandy, I should have made one because then I would have
sure.
got the recruitment follows.
Oh yeah.
Then any game day when I got SEC Player of the Week, could have made one.
Yeah.
I went to SEC Media Days.
Oh jeez.
Could have made one.
It's just so important nowadays, bro.
Pro Day stuff, getting ready for the draft.
Yeah, dude, so many
could have made
photos,
one. You go to an NFL team for the first time when I was on the Titans.
Dude, yeah, the announcement. Yeah, we just picked you made the team the whole.
Yeah, so, but it was about time. I hear it all the time from my brothers
Everyone
and family.
You gotta make one.
Teammates, everybody. When are you gonna make one?
Well, girls will look at you weird if you don't have one too.
That is true.
What's his Instagram? He doesn't have one. They're like,
because that is true. Because the first thing people ask for is your social media.
Yeah.
Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was not on there.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of cool. That's rare.
There was a little discretion to it. It was like, who is?
There's mystery.
Guy?
There's mystery.
There's a mystery behind it. Like everybody's not accessing this.
There you go.
So, I like that discretion a little bit. Yeah. But it's fine. Being on Instagram now. Controlling the content and what you want people to see. And I don't post pictures anyway, but I just because I get to keep up with guys, feel like you're able to connect with more people through Instagram at least. People aren't as active on Twitter, so.
For sure.